people could be like, wow, that's educational. But you know what? I'm not going to repeat any of it. So just assume we were talking about very useful information.
We're always talking about useful information on this channel.
Pretty much, pretty much.
Everything you can use is everything we talk about you can use at some point in your life. I don't know when.
Well, I've accumulated this ridiculous amount of knowledge through trial and error over the years, and I enjoy sharing it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you?
I'm right here.
There you
Sorry,
are.
I don't know. I can't resist doing that.
It's okay. So did the Phillies win today? I know they were losing.
Oh, I didn't
Do we know?
see the final score. Did the Yankees friggin' come back, or did Cleveland fend them off? I think the Yankees won, didn't they?
Yeah.
God, that
They
sucks.
ended up winning.
I was
I think
so
it was
happy.
5.
Yeah.
I think it was 5-1.
Yeah, that was okay. I was really looking forward to Cleveland putting them out, and then the Yankees came back. Ugh. So the Padres won tonight.
Okay.
So that's tied 1-1. Yeah, the stupid Yankees won. Gosh darn it, I was hoping they'd be out. So they play the Astros.
Yes, they are playing right now. They
Yep.
are in the 4th inning.
Well, they're experiencing technical issues with the game.
They are.
Well, the score is. So they're not getting any updates. I don't know. I don't care.
Oh, well, I mean, what I see, it's 1-1.
From what I see, it's 0-0-0 out at the bottom of the first. So,
Oh yeah, that's definitely technical difficulties.
Yeah, they have nothing.
Wow. I drew 0-0 in the last game against you. I don't remember any of it.
Why is Sligo trying to buy more of my players?
Oh, come on.
You okay?
The board wants to accept a transfer for your Brower for less than what we paid for.
Argue with them, obviously.
Protest it? Or should I ask to renegotiate?
What? No, tell them that you don't want to sell them.
They accepted it because it was too good. It was 63 million.
Right, but you can talk to them, can't you?
Yes. Do I ask them to renegotiate or do I just protest the transfer?
Wait, none of the options is don't sell him, he's our best player?
Hold on. He's an important player and selling him would upset the team morale and damage the squad's level of quality.
Yes, there you go. That's
fair enough. We'll pull out of talks. Thank you.
yeah, no, tell them not to do it. You have way more. You have a ton of sway on that team.
Do I?
Yeah, you do.
You sure?
Yes. They shouldn't be selling players on your behalf. I understand that, and that raises some doubt. I get it, but if you tell them not to sell the player, they're going to listen to you.
That's true.
Somehow you missed it when they sold Alessandro because there should have been an option to tell them not to. I've never seen it not come up. That's so somehow it must have gone past that day or something, or that half day, and then the option disappeared.
I don't know. I feel like something like that I wouldn't miss, but who knows?
Well, it's possible. Like if you continue ahead past when the conversation was there, then it might disappear.
True.
It's kind of like when a player comes to talk to you, and sometimes you sim ahead, and then the option to respond to them is no longer there.
Something like that, you should have to hit the continue button because that's a big thing for your club.
You got it.
You shouldn't be able to just skip right over it.
No, but it is a problem. I mean, because so much of the things in this game is just so background noise, people just mindlessly click through everything because, God, so much fluff. And
yep.
It's hard to see absolutely everything because who's got the time to sit here and reread the same crap over and over and over and over again? Like even now, I'm so glad that and click one at a time to reject transfer offers. That's not a thing anymore. One click, baby.
Wait, they just accepted another one
Well,
for the same price.
then not.
Yeah.
You can't.
If I could screen share this, I would. Don't. Oh no, not continue. Not continue. So the only difference, it's 63 million that goes up to 80 million with a profit of next sale. But like, what the hell?
Who made
To all offers.
who made the offer?
The board.
No,
Oh,
no.
Leipzig. Leipzig.
Oh.
I just protested the transfer, and they said, "Yeah, you're right. We won't sell him." And then the next day later, they sell. They sell him.
Hmm.
Wow.
And for less than you bought him for.
Yeah.
At least this torture will
sir.
be over soon.
Yeah.
23 is right around the corner. Should have an early release.
Oh, so speaking of that, how am I going to transfer all my games from my old laptop to my new one? Am I able to just re-download Steam on the new computer and just re-download all the games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just download the game again, yeah.
Okay. I'll clean up my games database, I guess, too. Doing that.
True. Yeah, you can just re-download the game. You don't need to worry about that.
The
The only thing you need to worry about is transferring over like your pictures and things like that.
like personal pictures. I don't
No,
have
no,
any
no,
of
no,
that
no,
on
no.
top
Your
of.
logos and things in the game.
Yeah.
Graphics for the game.
And honestly, it's nice that I'm doing it right at the new cycle, so I probably won't even do that. Because I download the new logo pack and everything when the new game comes out.
Yeah. So I submitted almost the entirety of our Ireland save for review because they're always looking for more in the future feedback on how to improve things, and I've pointed out crap such as our players are worth nothing because our division's reputation doesn't go up according with our teams.
Uh-huh.
And I got very little feedback, but what feedback I have essentially, and buckle up, is that
Okay.
the things we've accomplished with our teams are unrealistic.
Really?
Yeah.
We did it in a decade, though.
I know.
10 years ago, where was RB Leipzig?
And how is it our fault we've accomplished these unrealistic things in this game? Like, we're playing legitimately. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry that we are good at the game and therefore can accomplish heights with Irish football clubs that shouldn't be achievable. But it doesn't make an excuse for the game not functioning properly by making our division's reputation improve with us. It does. It's not an excuse, is it? But apparently it is.
I love it.
So yeah, no, it's not something that's being addressed and or fixed, because what we've done is unrealistic. I'm like that. Sure it is, but so is what almost everyone does in this game. Do you know times forum I've seen a League Two or Vanarama team winning the Champions League X amount later? That it's not going to happen in real life either. But their reputations improve along with the divisions they're in.
Yeah. I think we both know how we feel about it.
Well, it's meant for English football fans without telling me English football fan.
Exactly. Exactly. Which is sad because
That's what I took away from that.
There was a post on Twitter from, I think it was Out of Context Football Manager,
Yeah.
and I think it said something along the lines of, if you could change anything about FM23,
Hmm.
what would it be?
Yeah.
I wanted to just say one word,
Yeah.
and it was a name, and I think you know whose name that is.
Oh.
But I didn't want to put that. I didn't want to put it for fear for the repercussions, for getting blocked or whatever. It just kept it in my head. But I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Miles. I'll say it.
But
I would change that too. He would be out as director of
yes,
this game in a heartbeat if I had a choice as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
no, because he just doesn't listen at all to anyone, and it's sad. And I wish it wasn't so.
Say it ain't
Because I mean,
so.
it's the best football game out there, but it could still be better. But saying that it's the best one out there doesn't make an excuse for not improving it.
You can almost make the argument it's the only football game out there.
Well,
Like there are other ones, but like, are they really good?
no,
Like, are they gonna make you want to sit down and spend
1,000
8 hours
hours.
of yeah, exactly.
That's my benchmark. It's 1,000 hours. If you're playing less, that's how it is for me. Satisfied.
Well, on a positive note, I still like my team. My team has a lot of potential.
Glad to hear it.
We have another left back that I can use. Let's use Roger.
You still like your what?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah. I mean, like, we're not gonna do another champion. Well, we might get there.
You just
We won't
lost.
finish the season.
You just lost your best player again.
It's the running meme of this save.
It's like, yeah, you're starting to catch up. You're starting to become competitive. Now you've lost your best player. I think the thing that stopped me from losing my best players was my one miraculous run to the final that happened, like a few seasons PSG. But getting to the final was enough to boost my team's reputation enough that and finances enough that I haven't had any interfering sales for my players. And I think that might be the reason why. I mean, I'm speculating. I can't possibly actually know. It might just be that you have shit owners. I don't know. But we also know
I think
we know they're trying to sell the team too.
so. Here's my take. I think it's because you always have a positive profit margin,
Yeah.
whereas I don't. So if you're looking at it from a business standpoint, you don't know my team doesn't know where the profit is going to come from. So they'd rather secure the profit immediately and say, okay, you can go and do whatever you want to do, than risk me putting the team further into debt and not being able to get out of it. I think that's at least part of their decision making.
Yeah, no, that's also pretty logical.
Because you know me, I just spend money as if it grows on trees.
Yeah, which you should eventually address. I've always stayed within my wage budget.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, just
This new shiny player, and I'm like, just get a cheaper, younger person to play in that position. That's what I do, and I still end up with good new shiny players, but just not as often. Building my team is more important than buying my team. But you can have a healthy balance between those things, and you have bought lots of good players. Don't get me wrong. Jurgen Brouwer was a good young player. I mean, you spent a lot on him, but you've developed him. You've brought him along. He should be worth about triple what you paid. Unfortunately, there's this thing in the game where they don't like to raise the reputation of vision, and therefore the value of our players fucking gets suffocated into this vortex of insustainability. And now your player's being sold at a loss, even though you've invested years into him.
yeah.
And it makes zero sense.
Oh well, do anything about it. It is
No,
what it is.
no, exactly. And you have other strikers. You still have Romero. You still got Jeftic. You still got good young strikers. So it's not the end of the world. That's the one position where if you had to lose a player, you're not going to be suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Not like before when they took one player that was, like the heartbeat of your midfield and it had nobody internally to replace him. That's a whole
Yeah.
different air. That would be like, 5 years ago, my board saying, yeah, we're selling Pasevsky. My team wouldn't be the same without him.
Mm-mm. Not in the slightest.
No, exactly. I mean, he scores, he creates assists, the captain of the team. It's just, I can't even fathom my board selling him. So, yeah, these are the struggles we deal with. But I also always made sure to never spend more money than I was making, which can be hard, especially when you need to try to catapult your team into competitiveness in a field where there's, far more advanced teams.
Yeah.
But I can't just sit here and claim that the whole thing is because I was, so skillful with my maneuvering. No, I had one really freaking Cinderella run to the champion final. If it wasn't for that, I think it was a very different game. I mean,
I think it would have been delayed a season or two. I think you would have had it at some point because there is an amount of luck
yeah, well,
when it
exactly.
comes to knockout tournaments, even if it's
Yes.
two-legged.
True.
Uh, And so, like for example, take the World Cup for example. Your run to the final was probably the easiest run one could ever imagine.
Yeah, it was.
Right? You had one hard game, and it was England or Spain or whatever.
Something like that.
And every other team was theoretically beatable.
Yeah.
So
Even finals like Sweden. Okay. I mean,
yeah,
they have Max Runstrom, I guess, and he's on
yeah,
my
but
team.
he's your player, so
Yeah.
you know how to get around that.
Mhm.
So
I conceded first in this game with their first shot on goal, but I've scored 3 since then.
I'm not surprised anymore. I expect you to concede at least one a game.
Oh, it's just sickening. I don't expect to concede. I've had tons of clean sheets lately.
Salary.
My team has more clean sheets than your team.
You do?
Yeah.
Nice. Congratulations.
Just because I was alternating goalkeepers that I don't have the top clean sheet person right now. Oh, for the love of thing. Okay, they've scored 2 goals on their only 2 shots on goal.
Now that's impressive.
Bad mistake by Lockery led to a goal. We rated the team that. They're overwhelmed by the feedback. Yeah, I'll bet they are. Watch how not sympathetic I become.
So I don't even know. I haven't even thought about my beta save or my first save. I've been more worried about this laptop situation.
You beta save for just you and you alone? I mean, just do Manchester City.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to actually see you steer a big team because I know you're better with the small teams, but all the more reason to play around with a big one.
I've considered it.
Uh-huh.
I won't lie, especially with the team that they have now.
I mean, I don't question what my beta save is.
I assume it's Liverpool or Accrington or Liverpool.
No, it's always Liverpool.
Liverpool. See, I was right.
Well, yeah. No, I always play my initial game as Liverpool just to get my feet under it, and because it's relaxing, it's simple, it's straightforward. Going to win, and I don't necessarily mind that, but it's not about being terribly competitive with the beta save. So. Oh, this was a bad game. I am not happy with this game. They only had 2 shots on it, and they scored them both. Well, at least my team agrees with me that they weren't good enough. Who's letting Waterford score? I mean, come on, you guys. What? No, that's not what I clicked.
So, I guess you're not able to talk about the game yet.
What? I have been since I sat down. Didn't I literally just say at least there's one at a time clicking for transfer offers?
Right.
At least that's not a thing anymore.
So, have you seen um the new scouting pages? I guess, or the revamped scouting pages, I guess you can say.
What you saw screenshots of them? No.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think I like it a lot from what I saw.
Yeah, it's
If I'm
it's
honest.
it's cleaning things up. Again, it's a lot of the same from the past. It's taking things that exist, smushing
Hmm.
them together into one more easily accessible screen, and that's a yeah. I'm not
And
saying
now
it's
the
bad
way,
stuff. I'm not saying it's bad stuff. Some of it's good stuff. But these are quality of life changes. Those shouldn't be
yeah,
sold as their biggest freaking selling points.
you have a good point
Those are things that should come without saying.
because you should always want to have the quality of life improvements.
Yeah, yeah. Features in a game shouldn't be quality of life stuff alone, and they have been.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's cleaner. It runs a little smoother. It's more easily accessible with certain things that a long time before. That's lovely. So Lockery went into the game concerned for his playing time. I started him, and now he's alienated. What?
That's not right.
It's really baffling, is what it is. I'm so sick of these transfer offers.
Oh, and we're in the summer too, so
Yeah,
wait a bit.
it's going to be going for a while. I understand. I'll get over it, but it's not going to stop me from complaining about it.
Stanizowski, Staniz, my Belgian player, is out for 5 weeks. Maximilian. We'll leave it at that.
Stanisowski. Yeah. Stanisiewski, but that's okay. You were right there.
I was close.
You were on the precipice of saying his name correctly.
Matters.
Evidently. I think we're on the hunt for cat toys over here.
Oh yeah.
I think so. She looks like she's looking for cat toys. I think the cat lost all of her toys.
Oh.
It doesn't take long. You know how cats are. They're like, I'm just going to push this under the couch and then yell at it and forget about it.
Yeah.
That's such a cat thing to do. No, she didn't do that. She didn't do that?
Are you really a cat if you don't do that?
I don't think so.
Really?
But you really need to clean the floor. Okay.
Let's see. Clark Schmidt is in the game. His last couple of performances for the Yankees have not been good. Let's see how he does now. Two on, one out. Alex Bregman is up. The 1-0 is outside, 2-0. Schmidt is 26 years old. I have no idea where he's from. He's from the U.S. No.
Are you doing the baseball game over?
Why not?
Because we're
It's a
playing this.
1-1 game. Am I not? I'm playing. There's no game on right now.
Okay.
I like Houston to win.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I already have my team sheet out and I'm ready to go. This time you're waiting on me. I'm waiting on you.
Uh-huh. I understand. And I am sitting here trying to figure out which players to playing time. People are pissed off, alienated, this, that, the other thing. Concerned. Everybody's fracking concerned with their playing time. Makes zero sense to me.
Interesting. You keep all 12 sub positions selected,
All the time.
even though I did not know that.
That way I know who my backup 11 are.
That's fair.
Like I have one for every position as a backup, plus extra, obviously, which is typically a midfielder, the extra, or a central defender if I'm playing the 3 central defenders. And that way I know who my team is.
Makes sense.
They're all right there to rotate in a lineup saved, but I don't know. It's just it's a habit that I've had since ever.
Hold on one sec. What's up? Okay, if I go out, I'll just use the front door then, so I don't have to worry about that. Thanks for letting me know. Sorry about that.
You know you didn't turn off your microphone.
I did. I saw the red light.
I heard every word of what just got exchanged. Oh, we gave up a penalty. Now they have a goal on their only shot. So starting to turn into a meme, my team here. Letting the other team score a minute in on a penalty. That's just gorgeous, isn't it?
You'll come back.
I'm already getting sick of my team now. Now that I know that this is going to be over soon, I'm angry with them. Like you guys, you all suck. I'm gonna be playing as a German team soon, and I'm gonna forget about all of you. I'll never forget them. I really won't.
You tied it up a minute later. What are you complaining about?
I'm complaining about that we keep conceding early on one shot. It's pissing me off, and we need to address it. Oh no, I get a penalty. It's the even up call. But no, I mean, I'm going to win the game. That's not the question. I'm upset because I don't like conceding at all, let alone the first goddamn shot of the game every time.
You didn't tell them that was annoying?
Oh, I'm not the only person who's brought up the fact that teams score with one shot on goal about 80% of the time, and in real life it's like less than 40. I mean, I understand it happens in real life, and that's still their argument. It's in real life. 40% of games where a team scores, an underdog team scores, they've done it with one shot on goal. I get that, 40%. In this game, it's closer to like, I mean, I said 80. I'm sure I'm exaggerating, but I think it's closer to a little bit over 60.
It feels like 80.
Yeah, it just feels like 80. But, you know, when an underdog team scores, and they don't always score, but when they do, it just seems like it's disproportionate how often it's with one shot on goal.
Mm-hmm.
And they argue that it's within the realms of reality, and et cetera, et cetera. And then if you make an argument that it's actually quite a wide chasm from realistic, they'll be like, well, but also we put in less injuries than real life. And I'm like, well, what? What does that have to do with the other thing?
That just deflects the question.
It's like, yeah. It's a straw man, you know, like that's what it is. They're just using a straw man fallacy, and that's their argument.
Like I say all the time, they don't really they don't need to improve the game because there's no other game that competes with it. So
yeah, I know. So
they're turning into EA. That's what it is.
Sad but true. That came up in a meeting one time. Somebody said that the company was more or less turning into EA. Do you want to know what the response to that was?
We are not on console.
No, absolutely not.
No.
The response was, EA is one of the most successful video game companies in the world. That is not the negative comparison you think it is. They owned that shit with pride.
It's quite impressive they did that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not wrong. It's like, yeah, they are very successful, and being compared to them is not necessarily the insult you think it is. So, okay, I understand. It doesn't take away the context of why the comparison was made. Not because you're so successful, you big-headed idiot. It's because you don't listen to your customers and you give a damn about improving your game. That's the part of what we're comparing you to. Anyway, nobody said that. And I kind of wish I had, but it's because I get to sit here and tell you that happened. I still get to talk about those meetings. That's the reason that those happen, is that I haven't said things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. If I said everything I thought during meetings, I would just
Oh, sorry.
I would
You wouldn't be employed.
I wouldn't
for
be
them.
in them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I say them here on streams, and I'm just like, one of these days they're going to catch up with me. They're going to see that I'm talking shit about them on my stream all the time, but it hasn't happened yet. I mean, that would involve them getting off their ass and actually viewing a person's stream. But I'm too small time for them to give a crap. They're too
I don't
busy.
even.
They're too busy licking the bootstraps of what's his pickle. God, I actually legitimately always forget his name.
Zealand.
Zealand. They're too busy licking his bootstraps right now because
Who's
he
actually?
he gave kind of a positive negative balanced review about the game.
Mm-hmm. It was balanced, yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It should be all negative. But if he
Although-
gives an all negative review, they won't give him early access to the game anymore. And they won't worship him as a god, and we don't want to hurt him. We really don't want to do that. So, yeah, not a fan. The hell you say?
Well, he is streaming right now, just so you're aware. So if you get rated by him, you have to love him.
No, I don't. He would never fucking rate me. No
Don't know
chance. He blocked me.
Yeah?
Yeah, he blocked me on. I've told you. I'm new.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I mentioned it
That's the one
numerous
who's
times.
playing the game wrong.
Yeah,
No,
like
you're
he was
right.
giving wrong advice on something, and he blocked me. So to raid me, I would have to not be blocked by him. Just saying.
Well, you never know. Maybe you're not blocked by him anymore.
What, he went through his block list and unblocked some people? I can't imagine that's something he spends his time doing. I know I don't.
Well, what if there's an upper limit? And it just
There isn't.
unblocks the.
Because I've blocked
Listen,
thousands of bots.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Back when we
Just
used to have so
posing
many
some
bots,
hypotheticals.
all the bots that used to be on the streams, oh my god, it was redonkulous. I don't miss that, and I'm really glad they addressed it. Twitch has done a good job of addressing the many numerous redonkulous amounts of bots we used to have.
Because they listen to their followers. They listen.
Yeah. No, raiding me would involve him actually giving a damn about small streamers, and that's another thing. He only raids other affiliates of I can't remember the damn stream program he belongs to. Anyway, that.
Alright. So your game is what, 6-1 now?
7.
7?
Yeah, and I put it on time wasting so that it'll go by quicker.
Yeah, Tommy. How many goals does Tommy Rooney have in this game?
I didn't play him.
Oh, nice. We're both. So it's a 3-way tie for 14 goals.
Okay, my game's
for the
done.
league lead.
Mm-hmm. Cats no physics. Well, that's good. It's a 3-way tie for goal. Oh, right, because I haven't been playing Rooney because I completely forgot about that. It is Physics 101. 244 matches in a row without losing. I just wish that I had more matches in a row without fucking conceding. Be right back.
Okay.
Okay. Back to it. What's going on here? Oh, good. I was going to say I don't have any bids to reject today, but then I had scouting reports to deal with. All right, Senior Challenge Cup first round. So we got a cup coming up here. Good time to try to play backups, but my players won't let me. I got too many players angry about their playing time right now. The only thing that's good about Duterte being hurt is that it's now when there isn't important games, and I can rotate in other strikers to give them a chance. So it's been good in that way. Okay. So many of my players are concerned with their playing time still. When does it go away?
The end of August.
The concern with their playing time goes away at the end of August? No, I mean
Oh,
how many games do they need to play in before they're unconcerned? Like some of these guys have started like I see 18 of the last. They're still concerned.
damn.
I know, and none of them have star player status.
Rangers to land Brower. 78 million bid could be coming in from Rangers.
Well, don't you still currently have a bid for him that they accepted?
Yeah, Leipzig.
Okay, well they wouldn't bid more than that team already bid. The rumors are just they're going to bid the same amount Leipzig did because it got accepted.
I would decline that. They have to bid more.
I don't think you get to decline.
We'll find out.
I thought you said that the bids were being automatically accepted for him.
No, just the one by Leipzig because their cash up front was so much.
I see.
So we will play Panathinaikos for the second time in this save in the Champions League third qualifying round. We played them. In fact, this will be the fourth time we've played them. We're 3-3-0 against them.
Mm-hmm.
So, quite positive. Feel quite confident about moving forward into the next round.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, and then that'll help me catch up some of the league game that I'm behind.
Mm-hmm.
Guess that's where they balance it out. Oh, here comes a bunch of dumb offers. 6.5 million for Zukov. 4.3 Asareka. And yet they offer like 20 for Grayson. 25 million for Ryan Moran. Oh my god, these guys are smoking all kinds of drugs that they shouldn't.
Whenever our last save is, we should check the current and potential abilities of our players.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'd like to see how close I am, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a couple of players that are in and around 180.
Wow.
I'm not sure.
Leipzig Steinbauer.
I'm not sure how close, but I think I have at least two players. I would say Zukov and Ryan Moran are in and around the area of 180. Duterte is probably mid 170s. That's my guesses on them. My best players. Your best players, Brower. I need to look at him again because he's improved since I last looked at him. Last time I looked at him, my guess was in the mid 50s, but let's see what's gone up for him. Where is he?
Not on my team anymore.
Oh, he's got. You could have said something.
Just left.
Okay, so Brower.
He left as you were talking.
160 would be my guess. Current ability. That's my guess. Well, he's not on your team anymore, so I'm looking. How's that sound? Is that okay with you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
160 even.
Wow.
His potential is 180. Oof. Well, neither of us is going to buy him before the end of the save, so don't worry. I had it exactly right. I said 160. He's 160, and the game says he should be 159. So, a mark here.
Oh, wait a second.
Okay, I'm waiting a second. Yeah, look at that. Ryan Moran is the goal leader, tied with Hurricane for the division. My midfielder is tied for the top of the division.
Wow.
Yeah. And Rooney isn't playing. Duterte is up there. Grayson's up there. Pisano's up. And those are all the players I got to see before I find your second place score in the league. But we have almost double your goal differential with a game in hand.
Yeah, it's scary.
But yeah, you lost Brouwer. So let me think here. Who is your best, as in like what I would consider for overall ability?
You have DeGrazia as a shout. You have Romero as a shout. Sissoko, Giampaolo, Oricic. On his 11th pitch, Clark Smith gives up a solo shot. Yeah, I would say one of those.
Foose is in the conversation.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So what do you like about him? Can you think of his physicals?
Yeah. Let's see. Average, especially for what are you playing him as? Not that it really matters, but I mean,
Center back or a right back. I think mostly a center back.
okay, yeah, which makes sense. Not that it really matters a lot. I just want to look at this because highlighting attributes is part of like certain ones are worth more on a score than others, but that's true for their overall, regardless of what position you're playing them at. So yeah, no, Foose is he's in the 150s. He's in the 150s overall. So with Romero, I looked at him. Jesse Roger was probably mid 150s, climbing to 160s. I'd say Jesse Rogers is probably your highest overall player, right? Jeff did there earlier. Let's see what
Really,
he's
the
at.
French player?
Yeah, let's see what he's at. Well, Jeff Ditch is really climbing. He's going to be mid 150s right now as well. You said DeGrazia. I looked at him. Mid 150s, definitely. No doubt about it. Josh Ryan has got, stars right now, which I shouldn't do, but it still gives you an indication of where they're at comparatively. Oh, yeah, Josh Ryan is going to be in the 150s. You got a bunch of players in the 150s, guaranteed.
Nice.
Let's look at stars. This guy has a pretty big upside. He'd be in 150s, in and around. Sissoko.
Yep.
He'd be approaching that margin at some point. So yeah, you've got good players that are in the 150s, which is, to me, that's the bar for good Premier League players, is 150 overall. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like those are guys that would start
So
for most teams in the Premier.
what's the bar for a good Champions League player? Is that like closer to 170?
170s. You want players in the 160s, 170s, and if you can, obviously the 180s to be a Champions League winner. Like my team, I'm confident I have a couple of that are in the 180 range. I think Duterte's in the 170, mid 170s range, and other than that, I've got a bunch of guys that are in the 160s, guaranteed. Without hesitation, I can say a bunch of my players are in the 160s. Like, I'm pretty sure I have bench players in the 160s. And that would be the chasm between my team and yours.
Which makes sense.
But you've had players that are up there. Like, I know that Alessandro I was after because he would have been an upgrade for me.
Mm-hmm.
So he was probably 170s. Know what I mean? So, like...
Alexandrov was playing for...
Yeah, I know.
City now.
Ugh. City just poached so many of your dudes.
Yeah. Well. I mean, but it happens in real life. So
I know, but then they weren't even fucking played. Then like O'Driscoll is on loan at Leeds. I just clicked O'Driscoll and he's on loan at Leeds. So City bought him from you and then loaned him to Leeds. They didn't even buy him to use him. At least they loaned him out so he could get playing time. That's one of the things I was worried about. So hooray! But yeah, Alessandro is playing, isn't he?
Oh, tell us, Magda.
Where is Alexandro?
He's also at City.
Yeah, but I'm looking at City and I don't see him.
They play him as a right back.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's on the bench. Okay.
Who's also suspended, so I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
No idea. Their season's not currently playing, right? So
Yeah.
Lockery wants to go out on loan. That's never going to happen, pal.
Can we just like take a look at the city team for a second? Like,
I can't right now.
okay. Well,
Okay. I'm just pissing off one of my players. Okay, now I'll go. You want me to look at City? I was just there, but I'll look at them
I
again.
know.
All right, looking at them.
But mom, I think she's talking. Just like these players: Foden, Fati, Mbappe, Edison, still Demir, Alexandra, Ruben Diaz. Like,
Yeah, Ruben Diaz is 34 though.
but how long was he with? Let's see.
Mbappe's 32, but he's probably still fucking like top of the. Oh yeah, he's still like 199 overall ish.
He was with them from the first year.
Demir, let's see. Oh, this guy's got to be around the 190 mark. He's got to be. I'm gonna look because I'm not gonna buy him. Let's look. Let's see. 183. Okay. I mean, that's I thought the 190 mark. He's 183. I'm not that far off. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
He's good though. He's really, 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 really good. At this point, I'm going to look to satisfy my curiosity because I'm not going to buy any of these guys, and we're near the
Yeah,
end.
I don't blame you.
Fati. Let's see. What's my guess on Fati? I'm going to say he is 100 and. I took the thing off so I can just look at the pure numbers. 180. He is 179.
Wow.
I'm good at this. I mean, I was a little off with Demir. I said 190. He's 183. Whoops. I overrated some of his attributes. That's okay.
Thank you. A little too good at it.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's like when you do research and you're filling in numbers and you know the value and the weight of every one of them based on position. At this point, it's all just second nature. I just look at it and see what they are, and
that makes sense. It's because you're doing it. You've been doing it for a long time as well.
It's like when I played darts and I would look at a finish and I would just know what to throw at without thinking because I'd done it so many times. You know, it's just automatic. Now, guessing a player's potential ability is a whole different thing, but there are tells on that. You know, like a player's value, if they're in specific leagues, tells you a lot. Here's the thing: you can take superstar players and camouflage them in the Irish leagues.
You mean
like look at the values? Well, okay. I'll use an example of Dusan Jovanovic. I don't know. He's a random player on my team. Because his value hasn't crashed yet, he's still worth between 40 and 51 million. You know, I paid 56 for him, so now his value is starting to go down. But I did that in the assumption that his potential ability is going to be reasonably good because they gave him five stars in comparison to my team. But where I bought him from, the team I bought him from, was Borussia and Gladbach, and on that team, at 19 years old, he was worth 50 some odd million. Well, the only way that's possible is if he has a super high potential ability.
Yeah.
Their values give away sometimes. Now, you can artificially inflate a player's value. There are ways to do that, but the game doesn't do it very often in game. So like I was showing you, if you go into Brazil and you find a guy that's 17 years old on a youth club and he's worth 20 million, he's going to have a potential ability north of 170. So it's just that easy. It's not even complicated to find good players in this. People have all these guides they write all over the place about finding star players in this. And, I know one of the tricks is to sort by media description and just go to Wonder Kids.
No, we don't know who those are. We thought those were Christine's.
But even Wonder Kids can be deceptive because a lot of the top rated prospects still don't have the high their reputation offsets it. Like when we looked at the top rated under kids, I had one, I think, or maybe two, and they were near the end of the list. But I promise you beyond okay.
Did you still need me? Okay, go ahead.
You talking to me?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Ty.
Okay. So yeah, like I had two, but they were rated near the back, and you had a couple, and they were rated near the front. And I'm not sure exactly what made that happen, except for that yours are probably getting more playing time than mine or something. But I guarantee you that my two have a higher potential ability than your two, even
Oh
though
yeah,
they're rated lower on the list.
I wouldn't doubt that 1 second. And you
Yeah.
even said that the most the best players in the world isn't solely based
No.
on other factors. Playing time could definitely be
Yeah.
a contribution to.
Yeah, I think it is for the Wonder Kids list. Yeah. I know that we were trying to look at. I've been trying to decipher some of it myself because I mean, I admit I don't know a lot about how some of the rankings in this game work, but I'm always trying to work it out. And I remember I was one save where a came out, and I thought, okay, I'm going to look at the top three, and all of the top three had the same current ability, and it was all 149. That's not that great for the top
Hmm.
three Wonder Kids in the world. And so I looked a little bit closer at them, and it's because the teams they were on were playing them.
Does that mean is that probably because they're more likely to reach their potential ability because they're getting the playing time?
Could be, like that's a good fact. I think when they look at Wonder Kids, it's a mixture between current ability and potential ability, not just potential ability.
And
Which
there's really no way to reverse engineer that, is there?
I mean, it's kind of a positive thing. When I look at it, I think that's a good thing. That means that the best of the best prospects aren't always first on the list, and that's good.
Mhm.
Nothing wrong with
Like a
that.
lot of people, like a lot of people like
Yeah,
to think.
yeah, but yeah, no, that's kind of a good thing in its own way.
Oh
But
yeah,
but what makes a best prospect isn't just potential ability alone. We know that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like I've seen some guys that have ridiculously high potential ability, and then the first thing I see is determination. That guy's not the same, not the potential that we think he is.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Personality, determination,
yeah,
work ethic, all that. It's gonna play a factor.
yeah. So it just prospects are measured in different ways, but I'm always curious how the top prospect list goes, and I think that there's some nice mix between potential and current ability. Even when your youth intake comes in, the best players can often are hidden in youth intakes. Not always, but often. And sometimes the one best of the bunch, I'd say it's only about 50-50 on him on it actually being true.
Which is why you always argue me to scout all my players
Yeah. Because yeah, no, the best
and not
player
just.
in your youth intake is only 50% of the time it's the one that they say it is. On average. For my youth intakes, the one that they say is best has been right only once in all of my youth intakes.
Wow.
So yeah. I mean, the player that they said was the best has often been good, but not the
Uh-huh.
best.
You would think that staff attributes would play a part in that. Like if, for example, your youth department is the one that's giving you the scouting report,
Mhm.
they have a high uh, judging potential ability, then they'd be right more often. They should be right more often.
Seems reasonable.
Or whereas if they have like a 5 on judging player ability, a potential ability, then they'll almost never be right because they're not good at it.
How dare you logic this? Yeah, yeah, no, you're right. Exactly. You're right on. You're right on. Match loads. Okay, you are delighted with your playing time, which means I'm not playing you today. That's ironic. Too funny, too funny. VL needs playing time, so he's going. Wait, is this my cup game? It is. Good, good. So everyone who's delighted with their playing time isn't playing. Max Runstrup, you're not playing. You are satisfied with your playing time? It's not quite sufficient enough. I'm going to rotate you with him. Very happy with your playing time. Oh, well, then you definitely don't need to play. I know this is terrible logic, but
No, you're playing the game. Quite literally how you need to.
I mean, I think so, yeah. It's sad to say it, but yeah. These guys want more playing time, and I got to provide it where I can. Right now, I'm not even rotating my squad based on match load. I'm rotating them based on how angry they are with their current amount of playing time. I find so many flaws with that, but that's the babysitting simulator for you.
Yes, sir.
And I will definitively tell you that has not improved with the new game. Not at all.
Like you said, are we surprised?
No.
No.
No. Things that actually need addressing don't get looked at. We're going to get a bunch of fluff grabbed into one screen. It's not terrible, but it's not quite what we want.
I'm curious now. How could the new laptop I get when I get it, how it would run FM SFM?
Okay, so if it's the one that we're talking about, that Acer, it's
Okay.
going to run FM at speeds you've probably never encountered before. It's also going to easily run just about every other game on Steam that isn't AAA. Even AAA you could run with some slightly lower settings, but it'll run everything.
I don't know AAA.
Okay, the top of the top games with like the best stuff you probably would never play, dude. Like you wanted to be able to play, you wanted to be able to play 2 Point Hospital. That game, no problem. That computer will
Yeah.
absolutely run 2 Point Hospital with no effort whatsoever.
I wonder if you think I'd be able to play F1 Manager, or have you not?
Oh, easily, yeah,
looked at it?
easily, yeah. F1 Manager, yeah. That computer will play everything. Every game available, it will play it. Like if it was a top of the top AAA title, you might have to turn down some of the things, but you could play everything with it. There isn't a game that cannot be played with that. I don't think there's just anything whose minimal requirements is higher than that laptop. So there you go. That's all you need to know. The only reason you haven't been able to play games up until now is onboard graphics.
Yeah.
The computer you have is terrible. It just has onboard graphics.
Let's put it this way: I couldn't even play City Skylines on like medium graphics,
and that's pretty sad to me. Honestly, that's really sad.
Yeah.
So
because it's a game I've loved watching Let's Plays of it, and I have it, and I'd love to play it, but when you can't, when the graphics and the processing is just so slow, it kills the entire game experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you've been stuck with database games like Out of the Park and Football Manager, which are great games, but it's nice once in a while to just play something different.
Yeah, absolutely.
And City Skylines is beautiful, brilliant game. I can't wait to load it up and play it alongside you, and we can talk about our cities while we're playing. It's going to be fun,
enough.
And it's a great game.
All the ins and outs and whatnot.
Oh, it's there's a lot to it, but it's mostly just
fun building. I know that.
Yeah, there are a lot of layers to that game. It's like road management is pretty much the number one thing.
Yeah, as I've seen with a lot of the mods with the game. Oh, penalty.
But I mean, you love management games, so do I. They're my favorite. But management games in general are also just, they scratch an itch. I just can't describe. I love playing it's any kind of game where there's management involved. It just makes me happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And City Skylines is way up there on my list of great games.
I also like I guess they're just turn-based strategy games too.
And there's a lot of
the Civilization series. I do like.
I bet you would love XCOM.
I've never heard of that game.
XCOM specifically, but yeah, it's a tactical-based squad. It's an army game. It's you got soldiers, you're fighting aliens.
Okay.
But it's all turn-based and tactical, and you make decisions as you go along, and there's no pressure or anything like that. It's turn-based, not real time.
I probably would.
Great game, great, wonderful game. How to describe it better than that without giving a bunch of it away? So, but yeah, you'd probably like it.
Let's see. Any other strategy games that I play? Okay, Out of the Park. We got FM. We got. I have downloaded EU4, City Skylines. Just haven't played them. The Civ series. I don't like Civ 6 though.
It's a little better with all the DLCs, but now 5 is way better.
Steel Division.
The hell's Steel Division?
It's a World War II RTS game.
Oh, okay. Cool story.
And it's supposed to be one of their big things is that their image and stuff and all the maps are like historically accurate.
Yeah, I'm not a big World War fan. God, we conceded again. Not on the first shot this time, but we conceded. This is getting aggravating.
You know what? While this game's going on, I'll just go right through my library.
I'm not a World War fan, but yeah, none of those
I
games
am.
really get. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Just none of those games really entice
So
me.
you're fancy.
No, never been a World War. I like science fiction-y type, dystopia type stuff. If it's going to be a
Oh,
strategy game,
Roger. Planet Coaster.
oh, Planet Coaster's so fun.
The Roller Coaster Tycoon series.
Yeah, also fun.
And one I'd like to try, but again, my computer doesn't seem. Oh, not that my computer doesn't seem. It's a big learning curve. It's called Pro Cycling Manager.
Oh yeah. That was on sale, like really, really cheap just the other day, and I thought about it.
It's a huge learning curve because I don't know anything about the sport itself, like the strategy behind the races of each stage,
Uh-huh.
and so it's like it's like someone new to baseball trying to play out of the park. You need a lot of help.
Yeah, seems reasonable. What are you talking about? New to baseball? It's easy. Just find a whole bunch of batters who have really high contact and running and stick them in. Then find a bunch of pitchers who have a lot of stuff and stick them in. And you win.
Okay. I'm not arguing. I can't argue that.
That's how I win it out of the park. My game's done. You are at halftime. All right. Yeah, that's how I win out of the park. Those are the attributes I look for: contact and speed for my batters. It's like I don't care what their ratings are at the positions they play. I just hope for the best. If they have good defensive ratings, so be it. It helps. Obviously, it's gravy. But contact and speed, that's it. For my pitchers, I want to see all three of their categories above 50, but high stuff is the thing that I care most about.
The thing I do like about Out of the Park, at least this is my understanding of it, is that the if you do the standard 20 to 80 rating system, it's a normal bell curve, right? So if you're going from a 50 rating to a 60 rating, it's it's one standard deviation better than the average player, which means math guy and a statistics guy I totally understand. So when you get somebody with an 80 contact or whatever, there's 3 standard deviations above the mean, which means they're in the top 99.6%. They're one of the best players at that particular skill set.
I don't like playing 20 to 80. I understand it, and it's good. Well, there's nothing wrong. I like sticking it on 100 though. 1 to 100.
I don't. It's so weird. I guess maybe because I got into fantasy baseball before I did Out of the Park. And fantasy baseball uses the 20 to 80 grade system.
Yeah. But then you got those players in Out of the Park that are well above 80 and you don't see it.
You can have there's a setting where you can actually see those grades that are above 80.
Then you might as well just use the 100 one. You want to see above 80? Put it on 100. You'll see above 80. Then there's some players who are above 100. I understand. It's never-ending ridiculousness, but that's okay. Like, I had one pitcher whose stuff rating was 128.
Are you talking perfect team, or in the?
No, just playing the game itself. His stuff rating was 128. So I had the 1 to 100 and I had it click to show above 100 and he had 128 stuff. That guy got a lot of strikeouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. His control was 50. Not bad. Nothing wrong with that. Control is half. I'm okay with that. And then his, what the hell's the other one? It's stuff, control, movement.
Control, movement. Yeah.
Movement. And his movement was only 40. That's fine. To me, I was just like, just throw the ball as hard as you damn can, and the other guys won't hit it very often. When you're throwing a ball 120 plus almost every pitch, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
You're gonna Randy Johnson that shit. How many pitches could Randy Johnson throw? 3. He's one of the best pitchers of all time. Like Randy Johnson's gonna throw a fastball more than half the time. You're still not hitting it.
I mean, it's scary that he could tell you what pitch is coming and you
Yeah,
still won't be able to hit it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like he only threw 3 pitches, and more than half of his pitches were fastballs. Batters knew what was coming when they went up against Randy Johnson. It just didn't matter because making contact with something moving that fast is really hard. I mean, he was almost every one of his pitches was over 100, and that's incomprehensible even now. Not many pitchers can do that. Like, how many pitchers throw every pitch over 100?
Very few.
Yeah, and he could do that
And even if you
almost
do,
every
you
pitch.
probably are going to blow your arm out very quickly.
Yeah, and he had a full career doing that shit. And he had a lot of quality starts too, where he went deep into games doing that. I mean,
He did that in the days where spring training was getting a donut and a coffee before the game started.
That's another good point. It's, yeah, got to think about that as well. Yeah.
Maybe
So,
that's the secret. Coffee and a donut before the game.
or just being a gigantic man who's built like I don't. He was really wiry actually, but I don't know. It's just his body build was good for it. He was more or less just a skinny human catapult.
Hmm.
The funny thing was when you hear him talk about how he pitched, it wasn't hard. It was easy to him.
Well, that definitely makes it a lot easier.
Well, that just blows my mind, though. Some people are just naturally good at shit. I remember playing dart tournaments, for example, and I'd practice 8 hours a day every day, and I'd go in and I'd lose to a guy who doesn't practice. Just it drove me nuts because they're just naturally good. Yeah, they're just naturally good, and that's how it is. But some people work very, very hard to be as good as other people are without even trying. And then you got to think, man, what if they did practice? How crazy would they get?
This has to be a goal. It's not a goal. Yeah, it's interesting because they could probably have been significantly better.
Yeah.
All right, we did not outperform our XG. That was a bad game.
I agree. But at least you didn't allow a shot on goal. But you also played a non-league side. I played a Premier League team. So
Premier team is like a non-league side for you.
No, not at all.
Okay.
A non-league side never gets a shot on goal against me. Premier League teams do. God damn it! Now another injury. How many injuries am I going to get? 100 million. Yeah, that's a few more than I actually want.
Dude, you are a sweeper keeper from Brazil. I just said, like, I don't think we're going to move on from Josh Ryan.
I don't think we're going to see any buying or selling here. Pretty happy with my team the way it is. I probably should have gone in on Brouwer. If I was thinking before I looked at his stuff, I should have probably outbid the other teams, gotten you more money, and also improved my backup striker situation. Because I was trying to buy him off of you once before, and you didn't let me.
I thought I was going to be able to keep him.
Well, I hope we don't run into problems like this with the next save.
I don't think we will. 96 million. Did we definitively say yes to Germany yet?
No.
No. Okay.
We haven't. All I said was I want the regular yearly schedule, 5 substitutions, and in Europe.
Okay.
That was all I had to say about it. Okay, why did my squad not go back to? Oh, they did. Okay. Yeah, those are the only things I wanted. Was somewhere in Europe, normal schedule, 5 subs. That's still most leagues. And other than that, I have no real preference on where we play. We mentioned Germany because neither of us have ever played in Germany. But I don't care. It could be Denmark. Is Denmark normal schedule?
Yes.
Probably 5 subs.
Denmark?
And in Europe.
You know what? You know, I played in Denmark, and Denmark is actually tricky.
Oh.
Because the top teams in the Super, I think it's called the Superliga,
Mm-hmm.
is like FC Copenhagen, and they dominate Danish soccer.
Oh, I
And
thought you were going to
so,
tell me it was tricky because there was like some kind of registration rules that would bother us, but okay.
no, I don't think there. I don't think there are any. But like, you in order to take down Copenhagen, you have to beat them in the league and do well in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go through a lot of qualifying rounds in the beginning. So
Which is fun.
it's like you almost have to pick and choose what you want to do.
We have gone through lots of qualifying rounds through Ireland as well from the beginning, and it's kind of fun.
No, well, yeah, but the quality of competition is significantly better. I mean,
And yeah,
let's be honest, we were pretty much able to get ahead of the competition fairly quickly
I don't understand
in
what you're
this
saying. You're
age.
saying in Denmark is harder than Ireland?
Well, the it's tricky like Ireland, not necessarily harder, but it's tricky. At least for me, it is.
Mm.
They also have a league split at the end of their season.
Oh, that's fun. Top and bottom, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of enjoy that actually. Because yeah,
From what I
Germany would be
know,
jumping into what, like the second best league in the world or third best even. So I guess that's not. I mean, I like the building aspect. That's one of the things I've enjoyed about the one for Ireland is that we built them up.
hmm,
Seventh is good. I mean, it's about as much as we can expect with 2 teams. But I mean, going into Denmark, we could have more help from the get go too, right?
yes, this is very true.
Okay, well, Denmark's on
Especially
the
in
list.
in the conference league.
All right, so let's make a realistic list then. Let's see. Uh, Belgium.
Okay, Belgium.
That's a
What
question
about?
mark. Is Belgium regular
Oh, okay, okay.
schedule? Or do they have 5 subs? I know they're in Europe.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
and yes, they're in Europe.
Okay. Norway.
Norway. I don't think they have a regular schedule. Let me check.
Okay.
Um,
I'm afraid to list the Ukraine in there because I don't want people coming in thinking it was
no,
politically
don't.
motivated. So I'm just going to leave them off.
Let's see. 16 clubs starts in March and lasts until early November. So no, I think the Scandinavian clubs don't run on the European schedule.
Well, Denmark is Scandinavia.
Though it depends on who you talk to.
Okay. All right. So Denmark has a regular schedule. So our list so far:
Yeah.
Belgium, Denmark.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking up at the top 10. There's like Holland, Turkey, Portugal, but those ones are pretty high up. So we don't want that's not really building. What about Switzerland?
I don't know. Let's
Okay.
see. Give me 2 seconds.
No worries. No worries at all.
I want Wikipedia. You said, what'd you say? What country?
Switzerland. Switzerland.
Switzerland. I saw your P. Football in Switzerland. Here we go. league system, the Super League. They play. The Super League is played over 36 rounds from the end of July to May, with a winter break from mid-December. So yeah, it's the European schedule.
So that's normal schedule.
Mhm.
Okay. So Denmark, Belgium, Switzerland. What about Sweden? That's Scandinavian, so no.
I will check Sweden. Competition format. Course of the season starting in late March and ending in November. So no,
Okay,
that's out.
that one's out. Any you want to add?
Um, can you scroll down a bit?
You want me to scroll down from here? Oh my goodness, you're getting brave. Because like there's Northern Ireland. They have the same kind of schedule as regular Ireland, right?
No, I don't think so. I just want to see the other teams to make sure we're not missing any.
At this point, we're looking at really difficult challenges like Wales.
Yeah, okay, you can go back up.
Northern Ireland has a regular schedule.
I'll double check. I
I know
think
they
so.
split. I know they split at the end.
But your thing last year was that they were all regular, not regular. They were
Semi-professional, most of them.
semi-pro.
Yeah, and we didn't want to spend as much time on it. But that's also when we thought we were streaming 1 day a week. Now all of a sudden we get a second day sometimes. So it's not impossible to think we could actually move Northern Ireland up to probably seventh. Because I mean, with two teams, I think seventh is the best we can hope for. No other teams in Northern Ireland are going to be any good either.
The league campaign begins in August and continues until late April, early May. So that's regular fixtures
All right, not that I'm
for Northern
considering,
Ireland.
not that I'm considering Northern Ireland, if only because we do want help. I think one of the big things we want is to have other teams help us when we get successful. So I think Denmark, Belgium, and Switzerland are good because they have already established teams in them, don't they?
Denmark, Sweden, Switzerland.
So Denmark's got a handful of already established teams that can contribute a little.
Yeah, Copenhagen, Michelin, Brøndby, Nordsjælland. I will call dibs on AGF because that's my favorite Danish team.
Sweden has a few. They got Hammarby and Malmo. You know, they're not terrible. They're okay, but they're also lower down. So Denmark is probably better in that regard. Belgium's going to be decent.
Oh, you know what? I think Sweden has more divisions in the base game. Sweden and Denmark, I think, have a lot of divisions in the base game.
Okay, which is cool. I'm not sure how that
And
helps, but
Belgium only has 2, but their second league has like 6 teams.
okay, I'm not sure how that affects us.
Do you want to be in a league with 6 to 8 teams, or does that not?
We're starting in second division.
Well, if we do,
Oh,
or did you want to start in the top division?
I'm not sure we hadn't established that either. These are things we hadn't discussed yet. Okay, so you said Denmark and you called dibs on who?
AGF.
So I don't have it played.
And I don't even know how they've done the last couple of seasons.
So they're in the first league. So are they in the first league in real life in the new upcoming release? So that would be starting from League One. Okay. Yeah, and they're professional, which is good. We want to pick professional teams if possible. I have no idea who I would pick in Denmark, but it sounds like you're leaning towards Denmark. It sounds to me, based on the words I'm hearing from you, you would like to play in Denmark.
If we were to play in Denmark, yeah, that would be.
It's the only one where you've already announced what team you want to be. So, I mean, that's good. I'm giving that one a check mark because you seem to be leaning towards it, even subconsciously.
You're right.
Okay. I mean, I have no issues with that. I'm not picky. I want to pick the lowest rated professional team in Denmark.
in the first
in
division.
in the first
right?
division. Yeah, whoever the low for as of the release of FM23, I'll go through them, figure out the lowest rated first division team that is professional.
What? Well, you just do it in the pregame editor.
I could look it up there, sure. I just want to make sure they're a professional. I think most of the
All of them
teams in
are.
the first division would be, right? Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's not going to be too much in the way of what is a yeah, one thing I'd like to do this time around is give you a head start.
I had one.
You had one. Well,
And I was in Europe the first year.
kind of, but you weren't like a favorite to win the division. You won't be in this one either. Never mind. Never mind. Is the team you're picking, will they be in Europe the first to go?
Let's take a look.
Like even EU2 or something?
That's not what I want.
That'd be cool if they are.
Let's go back a season. Right? Not this one. They finished in 8th place. Oh, and did I tell you Denmark has a split as well?
No, but I like it. I like having
They
it
finished-
split at the end. I don't know why. It's just kind of neat.
It makes it. No, I agree. It makes it cool. They finished in 8th out of 12 teams.
Oh, so they're not anywhere in Europe, but they're in. So that's okay. That's the team you like. That's fine. Perfectly fine. I might just look at who was newly promoted. It's probably how I'm going to be able to. Yeah, it's probably how I'm going to be able to pick the lowest rated professional team is who was newly promoted as of FM23. Pick one of those teams and try to survive. I'm confident I can survive with any team. Becoming competitive, well, that's a whole nother journey.
Especially in a tougher division.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, maybe it'll never happen. I don't know.
Oh no, it will.
No, it's hard to say. Have to make all the right moves and endure losing players strategically. I mean, that's the thing, is if you know you're going to lose players, lose them strategically.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever talked about that, but I mean, if you can, direct a sale towards specific teams where their value will go up and they will actually play, then future sales become a very, very
true. This is very true.
And I don't know that everybody thinks about that.
No, I don't think so at all.
Yeah, to me, it's not.
Honest.
It's not always about getting the biggest fee right away. For me.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Yankees are starting to make a comeback.
Why can't?
Because they're the Yankees.
I know, it's so sad. Wait, I play Bohemians now, Derry City in 3 days, Shelburne, but I don't have to worry about anything on this team right now. So, who is unhappy with their playing time? You, but you're injured. You, but you're injured. You are not injured. Let's get you in this game. Bam, you're playing. Bench. Delighted, delighted, happy, delighted, very happy, satisfied, delighted. Oof, that's what I like to see. Baron is up to satisfied. Oh, wonderful. Very happy. So all of the people that are upset with playing time are now in the game. Off we go. Except for the injured people, which obviously I can't do anything about them. So happy they're injured, honestly, because now I don't have to deal with their pissing and moaning. I miss Duterte right now, I do, but I'm getting Coppola a whole bunch of time playing up top, and he's been really performing. So, I mean, I have 3 young strikers that I wanted to give playing time to, but I wanted to see who would do well, and so far I think I have De Silva, Coppola, and I've been playing Bozic a lot, but I'm starting to think that Coppola is the best of those 3 based on how he's performing. But we'll have to wait and see until they
That last name is a bit unfamiliar, I must say.
Coppola? I haven't talked about him because I haven't really played him. I haven't been playing him. Bozic I've been playing, but I think I may have made the wrong decision on which of them has the bigger upside.
Ooh,
Nah, it's
you
okay.
don't hear that coming out of your mouth too
I
often.
can change my mind based on new information. That's kind of what it's all about.
True, true.
Based on the recent trajectory of improvement, I think Coppola might be a better prospect of Bozic. And De Silva, well, I've played him a few times and he hasn't looked very good. So he looks okay, but not as good as this guy.
Don't forget, we'll have the new Champions League format in there too. New
I am so
all three
looking forward to it.
competitions.
I am looking forward to that.
Is that coming next year or a couple years down the road?
I think it's a couple years away yet, but it will be in the game. So we won't have it for a season, which doesn't matter. We won't be in it in the first season.
True.
Probably won't be in it the second season, if I'm honest. My goal
You
is to
never
sneak
know.
into. I don't know how many spots they have. Did they have second Euro 2 spots? Even like that's what something.
Spots that go into Europe.
6. Denmark has 6. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to get into the top 6 only. That's
Actually, no.
encouraging.
So there's 12 teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
After so many games, it splits into 2 groups of 6.
Yes.
And so, from what I saw,
Mm-hmm.
the top 5 teams in the championship group all make it into Europe, as well as the top team from that bottom group.
Oh wow! So what? Finishing 6th sucks.
Yeah.
You kind of want to slide into that bottom group if you're not going to be a contender. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell. But
At least that's what the standing showed from last season.
how do they prevent sandbagging? I would
I don't
encourage
know.
sandbagging amongst certain teams because, like, you'd be like, "I'm just going to win the bottom division."
Yeah.
So much
You're
easier.
right.
It's a bad structure. I hate to say it, but not a good
We'll
way
see
to
how
do
it
it.
plays for us.
Yeah.
If we definitely do it.
Well, I never sandbag, but I could see you being like, "I'm going to win the bottom division." Okay.
Guarantee your. Oh, what a goal, Dagovic. To guarantee, some additional funds, absolutely.
If you think you have a better chance of winning the bottom division, then I guess it's you get into Europe that way instead of trying to finishing the top 5 of 6 places, which seems like it should be easier, but it's not. It wouldn't be.
Mm.
But I love that it has a split. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that because when we're both in the top half, we're just going to end up playing each other a lot more often and a lot more frequently.
It's not going to be as much as we did this year.
No, it's still not as much. Well, that's okay.
It could actually. You know what? It could be. How many times do they play each other? Let's take a look.
4 in the league here.
No.
I'm talking about in Ireland.
In Denmark.
Okay, I'm just saying in Ireland we play each other 4 times in the league, plus our numerous cup. How many cups do they have?
Denmark only 1.
Okay, well then we'll have fewer cup games against each other. So unless we play each other 5 or 6 times in the league.
It's the same group. It's definitely going to be four times a year again. God damn it.
Okay, but that's still we'll have less cup games against each other. So at least there's that. Our
season's 36 games in here?
Oh, look at this interesting game. Oh my goodness.
What?
Sligo Rovers is tied with Dundalk. Gasp.
Oh, well, we finished in second. Doesn't matter.
But there was a legitimate race going. That's all I'm saying.
It was.
Until this. That's the first points you've dropped that wasn't to me.
No, I dropped points earlier today.
Did you? Let's see. Oh, draws. Oh, Sligo Rovers, Shelburne. Yeah, you had a draw with Shelburne. Right. Forgot about that. That's because we don't want to remember it. We don't talk about that.
No, not at all. Denmark has a 32-game season as opposed to Ireland's 36.
I hope I never have a 245 match unbeaten streak, and I will. Not in Denmark.
That would us
Yeah.
requiring to play like 15 seasons.
Even people, you get people on our forums when they see stuff like that. Like, how is that still fun? I'm like, well, for me, it's about the Champions League. That's what the real
Yeah,
competition is. But I'm bored of our division. I am crushed by the boredom of our division. But I can't just make my team worse to make it entertaining again, because then I won't be competing on the Champions League. So yeah,
exactly.
so yeah, it'll be interesting to move into a more established division already, but one that we can still move up.
You can also take the Danish national team and try and win the World Cup.
Who's on the Danish national team?
Ericsson.
He's like in his mid-30s.
I know.
That's their best player? Ouch.
Oh no, he's the only player that I was able to think of.
Okay. Good. I'm sure they have other good players. I just can't
No,
think of
they
them off
do.
the top
I
of my head.
got the finals of like the Euros in this year's game.
Yeah. No,
Last year's game.
I know Denmark has a decent team. I just, off the top of my head, can't think of anyone. That's all. I haven't had a reason to look. So I
Fair
will
enough.
have if we play it. And it sounds like we're going to play them, but I will have when we play that. I'll have a team to be a reason to follow them to that point. All right, so Duterte is back. Rooney still isn't. So Rooney's not going to be in the conversation for top scorer, is he? Oh, he's only 2 behind. I guess he could be. As long as he recovers soon. Locker's still out. So he can whine about his playing time, but if you're injured, you bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. You are a bum. You are a bum. Players complaining about playing time injured is the worst.
So I buy that. I guess so.
Okay. Transfer window, please close. See, and one of the things I think about is like, wouldn't it be interesting after on our last night of simming or playing the game if we just simulated really far into the future to see how it goes? But I already know the answer, and that's the shitty
Yeah,
part.
you and me both. We
Is
know the
that
answer.
they would dismantle these teams and never be competitive again.
Mm-hmm.
And we already know that would go down, and that
Which is sad.
Makes me very sad.
But speaking of which, I'll have to do some experiments for FM23.
Why didn't you sell me to Newcastle? Oh my god, you son. Fucking hell. So sick of this. You have a release clause. You signed the damn contract with the friggin' Rasselfrassers.
Would you be open to trying a OTP save online?
Yeah, of course.
Even just to test it out to see how it works.
Yeah, sure.
Keep that in the back of my mind.
As long as it doesn't interfere with our football manager, no big deal.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I want to keep my Monday, Wednesday football manager. Any other night of the week, I'm pretty much, if you let me know, I could carve out time. Even if you wanted to change a Monday or a Wednesday, let me know.
Okay. I will let you know. I'm good with Monday, Wednesday football manager still for now.
Yeah. That's good.
kind of
Yeah,
built it into my routine.
lovely. So awesome. And I like that the 2 days are close together because then we have a nice long break from it. Then when I come back, I'm like hungry for it again.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
we play a short one on Monday usually, and then I'm just like, oh, I can't wait for Wednesday. And then we play Wednesday. This is nice, relaxing, and I enjoy it. And then leaves me wanting more. It's like a cliffhanger of a good show that you're watching. Like I can't wait to
So
play again.
that's actually a good analogy for it.
Yeah.
I'm quite impressed with that. Bruce, get in there, you bum. Heavy match load.
Should I play Rooney? Should I? Yeah, I'm gonna play him. He's injured still, but he's match fit mostly. Coppola, you're on very heavy. Oh, I should maybe not put you on the bench then if you're on very heavy. All right, I'll be nice and give you a rest, I guess, even though I want to play the hell out of you right now. Zhukov for Lockery. I'm putting in 2 injured players in this game. That's madness, but they both need to play, so.
So, another computer question.
Oh, okay. Hopefully I have another computer answer.
Hold on, I have to make sure I get it right.
You have to make sure you get the question right. I feel like
I don't want to.
I'm on the end of I've got to make sure I get it right.
So, I'm using the same. Oh, maybe I'm not. Did you go into the game yet? You did.
They just took a red card 3 minutes in. Thought O'Connell was going to score. That would have been nice.
I guess they're the same processors.
Your questions regarding processors?
Yeah.
Okay. I am
Because
losing to a team that is down a man.
am I allowed to say ha ha ha?
Don't say ha 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 until you know that I'm starting most of my best 11.
Sorry.
Eh.
But you always concede first. Why are you
I
surprised
don't
at this
always
anymore?
concede first. This has only just been starting recently. This is not.
Uh-huh.
This isn't something that always happens. I had lots of clean sheets in a row for a while there. Fuck. Anyway, processor. Something. This is the last place team too.
Well, I'm just curious, like with the processor I have now
It's a good one.
and the new one that I'm getting.
Probably isn't a huge upgrade from it because there aren't many better ones.
Okay.
It is an
That's
upgrade, but
what I'm
it's only
thinking.
marginal. The computer you have now is decent, but it's not built for gaming.
Yeah.
And you unfortunately can't just go get a new video card installed into it and say done. That would actually cost more than just buying a new laptop because you live in the United States, land of the disposable everything. Throw it away and buy a new one is always cheaper than fix this or upgrade this.
Which is sad.
Isn't it?
But it's capitalism.
Yep. Yep. Because, I mean, it's theoretically possible to just put a new video card into that current laptop, and then it would be much, 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 much better. But it would probably cost you more than to just buy a new laptop.
Yeah. Plus, I already have $600 in I would have $600 just to fix this current laptop.
Oh my God. See, and that's not even worth it.
No. No, and the guy almost tried selling me on, you know, that I needed to spend the money, and I said, "Sorry, man, I got this laptop for $800. That's 3/4 of the price I bought it. I'm just gonna get a new one.
Yep.
It serves its purpose for 5 good years."
I can't
So
believe that.
just to get a new one.
Yep. No. Exactly. Best thing you can do. Just replace the damn thing.
Do they sell laptops with 32 gigs of RAM?
Very rarely. Almost
Huh.
never. 16 is the standard for laptops because I mean it has to have space in it, and even if you had two individual 16 gig RAM cards, that would those aren't that stable and they're pretty hard to find, especially for laptops.
Okay. What about for desktops? What kind of RAMs do they come with?
It depends on what kind of motherboard you buy, and then it will have a specific amount of slots for RAM. So,
Okay.
so like I have 32 gigs of RAM. I have 4 slots, but I put in two 16 cards because for desktops those are more stable than laptops.
So you have 4 slots, but you use 2 of them for 16.
Yeah, I could just put in 4/8s if I want, or I could
Could
put
you
in
put
four
in?
I could put in 4/16s if I want and have 64 gigs of RAM. And
So do
and
you get?
believe me, it's crossed my mind. But what would I do with another 32 gigs of RAM? I don't need it.
Is it? Do you get diminishing returns the further up you go
Yes,
in RAM?
yes,
Okay.
that's 100% it, and that's why I haven't added another 32 to this one because there's just no reason. And there is almost no circumstances. I'm not going to say none, but there's almost no circumstances in which anybody needs 64 gigs of RAM.
Unless they're doing some naughty stuff.
I I can't think of a reason off the top of my head what would make you need 64 gigs of RAM. I just can't. Some people be like to load up more leagues in Football Manager. I'm like, no, that also comes down to your processor. And right now, there isn't a processor that exists that will give you every league in this game. It's not just the RAM. If it was the RAM alone, yes, maybe, but it isn't. So yeah,
So it's a combination of the RAM
and the
and the
processor.
processor.
Yes, to make the Football Manager run at its peak, yes, it's those two things. RAM and processor are the two most important things to have more databases in Football Manager. The graphics card does help. The graphics card also pushes it along. It's not just the display. It's not about playing in 2D or playing in 3D. That's only part of it. The graphics card also speeds up the processor based on the visuals of the interface. So the game even moves faster with dedicated graphics.
Okay, and that's because, like you said, there's a dedicated card to help like
Yeah.
get the interface up quicker. The
If
the, the visuals on
if
it.
we're putting it all in layman's terms, you got it exactly. Exactly. So one of the
Okay.
reasons your computer moves the game slowly is your RAM and your processor are okay. They're okay. They're not
Mhm.
bad. But a dedicated graphics card is going to make both of those things work even better with the game. Plus, you'll be able to play other
Okay.
things, which just that in and of itself is great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am looking forward to being able to do that.
yeah,
Must say.
yeah. Because sometimes you played Football Manager and I'm going to play City Skylines, and then you just load it up and off you go. And with that computer that you're getting, you can do that, no problem. It'll have zero issues with it. I like right now that I could be sitting on my couch and lean over and grab a Steam Deck and just fire up any game. Fucking Steam Deck is cool.
Oh, that's a bad horse. All right, we end up winning 5-1.
Hey, so did I.
Getting on your level.
Yeah, I feel like we played down a bunch of levels in that game.
I am a-okay with that.
Yeah, well, Ryan Moran scored 2 more goals, so that should, put him a couple goals ahead of Romero for the scoring lead. Now it's down to Moran and Romero. I bank on Romero to win that because Moran's a midfielder. Shit.
Well, we will soon find out.
Unless Duterte comes back and starts scoring 5 goals a game, but that's possible. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
one strike in the ninth. Oh, one strikeout in the ninth. Houston's up 4-2 in the top of the ninth. So let's see if they can close this game out.
Training.
I think they will.
2 days. I want to
Oh,
go here.
I had a big baseball.
Did you say baseball fart?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I heard that right. Go ahead.
I had someone ask me how many games round the championship series, and I couldn't answer them.
Hmm.
Now, I knew the old playoff format when they had only 4 teams.
Uh-huh.
It was best of 5 division series, best of 7 championship series, and 7 World Series.
Yep.
I think maybe it's because they had the new playoff round this year, but I couldn't answer how many games the NLCS was, whether it was 5 games or 7 games.
Uh-huh. But it's 5, right?
It's 7.
Oh, it is 7.
It's
Okay.
7. It's 7.
I had it wrong. I don't know. There you go.
But I'm a big baseball fan, and I had to look it up, and I was like, oh my god, why do I have to look at something I should know?
Uh,
It's like asking how many rounds does the Stanley playoffs have, and you fumbling between 3 and 4.
I would never mix that one up, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
The answer's 3, by the way, just so you know.
What, Stanley Cup playoffs? No, it isn't. But all right. I know you trying to. I know you're trolling me over here.
I am.
I'm not falling for it.
Yeah, I tried.
Yep, that you did. Not gonna work. That was a good one, though.
Thank you.
2 million for Pasevsky. I mean, 2 million. 2 million. If I wanted to loan him out, I would have done it already. Didn't I loan a couple people out? I think I did in this window. Yeah, I loaned out Lights, and I loaned out that keeper you sent me. Who wanted him? Oh, yeah, Cabin Teely took him. Lights went to Bray Wanderers. Which is good. And then I had already loaned out Semedo to whoever the hell these guys are. Some Portuguese team. Because he's Portuguese. That makes sense. Oh, here I'm up then. These guys that I've never heard of that played the 3rd division of this game currently for Portugal.
Yep, never heard of them.
Nope. That's where I loaned Semedo currently. And he's one of the real players on the team. I hope that doesn't hurt his development. But not many other teams offered to loan him, so I was like, I don't have many choices. I guess that's where he's going.
Is he at least doing well?
They don't play games, so it doesn't show.
Oh.
I mean, he hasn't racked any. I mean, they generate statistics, but they haven't started yet. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, he's doing great. I'm sure his morning workouts are carrying him along just fine. $32.5 million for Rundstrom. But they'll offer me 2 for Pasevsky. That makes no sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I mean, you as a scout, you can scout more players. Like when you're scouting a player, you're not just scouting him by himself. You're scouting the team as well. And if you obviously see somebody better, his value should be similar to the player you're scouting or better.
I think I think it's about potential ability. Partly, which Rundstrom has way higher potential ability than Pasevsky, and I think that's part of it.
But then disregard every single word I just said.
No, but you're not wrong. I think you made a good point.
Yes, but FM doesn't logic.
Yeah, no, that's true. It doesn't. Because right now Rundstrom is almost as good as Pasevsky. I think that they're both mid 160s ish, but Rundstrom's still getting better. Pasewski's not. He's like 27. He's done developing. He's as good now as he's ever going to be, but he's freaking great. No, he's 25. But he's as good now as he's ever going to be, but he's friggin' great, so I don't care. Plus, he does a little bit of everything. And he's the team's captain. Look at that. That's such a well-balanced player. Just gorgeous overall. You know, like he doesn't really have a weakness in his game.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and his set pieces are great. Yeah, good player. Reasonably balanced, but then I developing that out, make him set pieces is a lot to me too. Like you don't always find a guy who can corners at that level.
Generally, you don't.
18 corners with 17 composure. That's why he gets so many assists. Beautiful. All right, now let's go look at playing time. Now, Lockery is unhappy. Baron is back to concern. So he's playing. Lockery injured. I just played you in the last game too. Why must you do this to me? You're an impact sub status and he's unhappy. Like, give me a break. Okay, well, the only other people concerned are in the starting 11. So, yeah. Delighted. Rooney doesn't play the left, he plays the right. That's where Pasewski is, and he's concerned. I'm going to have a hard time getting Rooney into any games. So I don't think he's going to factor into the scoring battle at the end too much.
I'm okay with that.
Well, that means I need Moran to win it, and I don't know. I guess if Rooney's not playing, he'll be getting penalties, but I don't want to rely on penalties to win a scoring title.
Yeah, I don't think that would ever work well.
No, we're not Harry Kane over here. I went there.
We are playing Panathinaikos.
I am playing Shelburne. My game's much easier than yours. Oh, look at that, a penalty. 1 minute into the game. Up steps Ryan Moran.
Of course. I think you wrote something in the code to make the FM god do that.
1-0.
4-0 as well.
Oh, that's his 100th league goal for the team. How about that? That's even better. He's now scored 100 league goals. Not bad for a midfielder, eh?
No, not really. Now, how many goals are in open play versus dead ball situations?
It's hard to say because he also scores on free kicks a lot. So tough to say. Now there's Pasewski getting a goal because I moved him up to right wing this year, Pasewski, and he's still got his mountains of assists, but now he's also contributing goals. Oh, 25th goal of the season, Dano.
2-0 inside 7 minutes.
Crickets over there. Crickets.
I got my own game to worry about.
Yeah, I know. Okay, it doesn't matter. If you had Pisano, he just would have been sold somewhere else anyway.
Probably to you anyway.
Oh, no, I'm sure another team would have come in and your board would have accepted a bid for him now. Because that's what they do.
Don't remind me.
Yeah. If he was on your team right now, he would be your best player. Therefore, he can't because your board would accept a big bid. Not even a big bid, a medium-sized bid, really.
3-0 inside 19.
Oh, dude, it's the post. Yeah, I have 3-0 inside 18.
Well, I'm playing tougher competition.
I know, that's true. I have 3 goals on 3 shots on target.
I have 4 goals on 7 shots on target.
Well, yours is still better if you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd rather have 4 out of 7 than 3 out of 3. Because we've also missed the net a few times. Come on, guys. Come on. You can do better than this. You're letting yourselves down.
Flores to take it. 5 from 8. And he has a hat trick inside 23 minutes.
Great, great. That's a good game.
The left midfield has gotten a hat trick. The Mexican from CF Monterrey, which I believe is right outside San Diego.
Is it?
I believe. I know Mexican team borders San Diego.
Neat. I actually didn't know that, so I have learned something new.
Mm-hmm. They're both on the U.S.-Mexico border. It is still 5-0. Orchurch with a free kick. It's the bar.
Dang. This is my game in hand I'm making up here. So Moran needs to get as many possible goals here as he can, but you can only ask so much of your central midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
Duterte scored, though. He's still in the argument. That is his first of this game, though. And now I will sub on Rooney. Give him a chance, at least.
6 shots from 11 on target. 6 goals, rather, from 11 on target.
There is nothing wrong with that. Oh, Moran had a free from a good spot, and unfortunately, their goalkeeper actually saved it. Top right corner, they went. Oh, but is this a penalty? It's looking like a penalty. Nope, didn't give the penalty.
It took Panathinaikos 61 minutes to register their first shot on target.
You were playing a very good game then.
No, I'm sorry. Yes. I'm sorry, though. Their first shot, not even on target.
Oh, didn't even go on target. That's extra funny.
Yes.
Nice. Nice steal, Lockery. Oh, Duterte wastes it. For a world-class striker, he sure boffs it a lot.
It is 7-0.
I'm still only at 4. Not even outperforming my XG. Oh, there it is. Okay, now we got 5. Pisano second to the game. Rooney steals the ball and gives it away inside their box. All right. Not a great use of the ball there, Rooney. Oh, Pisano gets the hat trick. He's like, I'm going to be in on the conversation for top scorer. Like, yeah, you are. Ryan Moran's free kick. Pisano gets his 4th. Holy shit. Okay. We have a new contender.
Okay.
Him winning the scoring title would be really satisfying. I gotta go look and see where that would put him. So,
Our game is just about over.
yeah, Pisano plus 4 gives him 15, so he's tied with Horahain, unless Horahain scored today. So yeah, he's
Jeffic with a hat trick.
right in the mix. Too bad those goals don't count towards the scoring race, eh? But yeah,
I know, right?
like I said, you still got good strikers, so it's not the end of the world that you lost Brouwer. Brouwer's really good, though. Really good.
8-0 was the margin of victory.
Romero and Jeffic are both very capable strikers. 4 goals, 2 assists for Posado. That guy is amazing. So many of my players are still concerned with their playing time, even though they're playing every single game. See, there it is. Like, here's where some of the confusion. Alvaro Romero, my backup right back, they made an offer for him of $5.5 million, but Zukov
Wow.
they'll only offer $4 million for, and Romero will never be as good as Zukov, not ever. So that's not even based on potential right there. Silliness. So they're just overpaying for youth, basically. On 3.6 million for Moran. What? Yeah, okay. Some teams really want Furtado. They may need to contemplate selling. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Okay.
No, it's not really a game.
Oh, okay. Lockery, why didn't you sell me to Ajax? God damn it. How do I deal with this? Gonna remind him about that. And then that. All right, at least he's a professional, so he's still upset, but he's not going to bitch to the rest of the team about it and bring down morale. Well, he's been a really good servant to the club. He's 26 now, and I think he's one of the only people I've had since almost the beginning. He's like in amongst the very first intake. Yeah, from 2021, he was in my first intake, and he's been at my team ever since.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and at this point, I have up and coming players that are going to be better than him, but I keep him around because he is a steady player. Like, he's a good backup. Rory Lockery.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's lost his place on the national team, but on my club team, he's still like, I don't know, a guy I put in because I feel okay with putting him in.
Mm-hmm.
But I really should move him on.
What's his? How many stars does he have?
2.5 on my team, but
okay.
Yeah, like I do have better players than him. So I've got some young guys that would probably could use the minutes even, but I just hang on to him for nostalgia's sake, I think.
I don't think I can blame you for that.
Yeah, plus like he's a steady player. I every time I put him in, he's never really made huge mistakes in games.
Which is a rarity.
Yeah, like
He's lucky to have someone who doesn't make that many mistakes.
he's all around a decent player for a wingback, and that's what I look for, especially for a backup one. He's only just now starting to complain about his playing time for the first time, though. Mostly because I haven't been using him as much. I've been giving the younger guys chances.
Is he a model citizen?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'll look. He's been on the team long enough. No, he's lighthearted.
Okay.
No, he's just lighthearted. I don't think I have that many model citizens. I've only got a few. I haven't been paying much attention to the
Dynamic.
tutoring. I put a few young players in it, but yeah, for the most part, I didn't pay that much attention to it because lots of it happens naturally without my influence.
Now that your team's set for it.
Yeah, because most of the players, like the lowest determination on my team is 13 now. Ooh, I need to improve that. But but like on my starting players, 14 is the lowest determination on my team. Sadly, that's my captain, but he makes up for it with work rate and teamwork and composure and other things. So I'm unhappy. I can only put you in as a sub though. Byrne, you can play this game. I don't want to be playing Keith Byrne this much. I might just need to move him on rather than. You know what? I'm gonna stop doing this whole stupid thing that I'm doing because Keith Byrne is another guy I've had for a long time. Like, is he part of the first intake as well? No, 2025. But he's another guy that I'm just like, he's a good backup, and he doesn't want a lot of money, and he doesn't complain about his playing time. So I'm just going to keep him in the rotation, and I should really just move him on.
Can you imagine being at the club for so long, and just constantly seeing the club get better and better, just knowing that you're just not going to play as much, and your career is going to stagger?
I guess, but he's also never going to be a starter. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what does he really want? What does he actually expect? Some players are, and here's an argument I can make about the game. Some players are content being backups on good teams, but not in Football Manager. Where are those players in the game? In real life, there are players who are content being backups on good teams
because they're making the money. Why do they care?
They're making money and they are playing some. It's not like they never play. I mean, Lockree's an impact sub. That is his status on my team. I bring him off the bench regularly, and yet he's complaining. So, I mean, my guess would be that his current ability, and it's as good as it's going to be because he's done developing, is around 130-ish, maybe one in between 130 to 135 is my guess. That's as good as he's going to be, but to me, that's a solid player.
Okay.
Wingbacks in Football Manager on starting teams are actually around the 144 on average. Wingbacks is actually one of the lowest rated positions. So, like when you think about, to me, a benchmark for good players is 150. Everything over 150 is a good player in Football Manager.
Yeah, like you can't go wrong with 150 or better.
But the rarity of wingbacks above 150 is staggering. Like Kevin Murphy has been my starting right back for quite. I would be shocked if he's anywhere above low 150s, maybe mid 150, and that's a good right back in this game. I mean, Zhukov's a whole different story. He's a freak of nature. That's why I bought him though. I was just like, if he turns out to be anything near what they project, he's going to be one of the best wingbacks in the game, and he is. I got him off Liverpool. I poached him from their youth academy, so thank you. But he's world class. He's probably I have two top players. Him and Ryan Moran are my two top players. But I would argue Zhukov is my best player in terms of ratings. I'm quite convinced of that. I mean, maybe I'm delusional,
I
and we'll
don't think
find
I'd.
out. But
I don't think I'd ever pick him, to be honest. If I
yeah,
looked at your squad.
yeah, because he doesn't. He's not the most influential in terms of contributions on the pitch. But if it comes
Hmm.
down to pure ratings and who is the highest current ability player in my team, I think it's Zukov.
Wow.
Yep. Which he does things in this game that drives possession forward and gets the ball into play that you don't really take into account. But when I didn't
Hmm.
have him for that one Champions League game, I got smashed. If you remember,
Yes.
'Cause-
Against United.
yeah, and who's regularly in the top 3 of tackles on my team? He is. Like he does
Mm.
things that you don't think about. They're not huge, obviously, a lot of goals. He doesn't get a ton of assists, though he does get some. Yeah, he's very influential in my game plan, and my possession almost relies on him at times. Let's see.
Keep that noted in my head.
For when you play against this. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have told you that much now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh,
Oh well. Oh well is right. Because you still got to stop him.
true.
And if it was that easy, everyone would do it. All right, Lockery, you're complaining, and I kind of want to keep you around. Just, I don't know why. You're really not even good enough. I should be playing the young guys instead. I should be playing Richie Foy more than him. And it's because he also plays both sides of the pitch. That's another reason I like him so much. He can play left and right, and almost equally as
Oh,
well.
you know me. I love positional flexibility.
Yeah, I think what I liked about him from day one was when I saw him, I'm like, he's not a bad all-around wingback, and he plays both sides. So even when he was playing
Oh,
for my under 19s, I had him playing more on his weaker side to develop it. Now I don't think he has a weaker side.
that makes sense. That's actually a smart plan to do.
Mm-hmm.
Force them on the other side when you can play
Yeah,
them
yeah. Now if you
on
look
the
at him,
dominant side.
he's bright green at right back, left back, right wing back, and left wing back. He's bright green on all 4 spots. And if you look at his star rating, they're pretty much the same everywhere. And he's right foot preferred, but I play inverted wingback, so it doesn't matter.
You want them on the left.
I want him on either side, but yeah, if I have to sub him off, the left is better. But he does just fine on the right. Honestly, he does. So yeah, he a back eventually for this team. Like I knew he was never going to be my starter. I wanted a guy though I could rely on off the bench.
Hmm.
Sadly, he's going to have to go. Richie Foy should be playing more anyway. Because I mean, I've already got Romero on the bench, and he's going to turn into a good backup as well. Although Romero's upside at one point looked like he may end up being better than Kevin Murphy, but then I stopped playing him as much because I actually don't want anybody to replace Kevin Murphy. See, I get attached to my players, and sometimes I make poor decisions because of that.
It definitely. Yep. I mean, I get attached to players too, but I guess not as much as you.
No, I guess not. At the end of the day, I stopped playing Romero as much so he wouldn't develop into Murphy's replacement.
Wow.
It's probably not nice of me.
No, not at all.
Don't tell him because then he'll want off the team. So, about the scoring race, how many goals does Romero have?
I don't think he played. Let me see. He played. I don't know how many he has.
Okay, so I won 5-0, and Ryan Moran scored 4 of them.
Oh Jesus! Okay, congratulations, Ryan.
He had 1 penalty and 3 from open play.
Wow.
Just to quell the critics, I think.
I agree with you.
Yep. So he had a storming game. I don't think I've ever won a scoring title with a midfielder before. No, that's not true. Way back, I had FM 11, I won with Steven Gerrard.
Oh,
I think it was 11. Maybe it was 12. No, it was 12. It was 12 because it was in 2011, so it would have been FM 12. Yeah. So I won a scoring title with Steven Gerrard.
Hmm.
Yep.
He's a midfielder as well.
Yeah, central mid. Yep.
You and your central midfielder getting the scoring medals.
Hmm? You don't hear of it? No, yeah, no, not very often.
No, you don't. You don't.
No. I can't think of anyone who's ever won a scoring title that plays central midfield. They're not. That's not their job. Look at these pathetic offers for my players. Pathetic offers, all of them. So let's see. Casa is out for this game. Oh, I have less concerned people suddenly. Ooh.
Do you have a game Saturday or Wednesday rather?
No.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
No.
okay.
But I'm guessing you do.
I do.
Manchester City are after Pasewski. I don't care. They can't have him. My team's bigger than theirs. Piss off. What the hell, man? This is why I don't overspend even when I can. Like I have a 131 million transfer budget. I don't touch it. Because then they'll never force me to sell players.
I learned that rule the hard way.
Because the majority of my team, I signed young and developed. I didn't buy anybody in their prime.
I think that's how most people like to play the game.
Well, I try to buy one or two decent players at the near the start in their prime. Like I bought that one midfielder that I ended up selling. Gosh, and he was in prime. The French guy, Chouameni. I bought him at prime, but that was just to boost my squad into respectability. So yeah, as soon as they gave me a decent budget, I blew it all on one player, just so I had somebody to build everyone else around. Oh, you doing all right over there?
Yeah, what do you hear?
Things crashing around.
Yeah, that's just my wires moving. I'm adjusting right now.
Okay.
It's uncharacteristically hot in this house right now.
Oh no, and I know that it can get warm there, so that's got to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yep. It's uncharacteristically warm around most of the planet, and they're just like, there's still people who deny climate change. Like, yeah.
Which is still very unfathomable to say that global warming doesn't exist.
Pretty much.
Which, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the problem, though, is that they call it global warming, and it doesn't actually just make everything warm. We're also going to get ridiculously cold winter once it does happen. And they're going to say, so much for global warming. It's like, well, that's why we renamed it climate change, because you're idiots. Like, yeah, people are dumb enough to think about it as only global warming. It's like, well, warming causes different kinds of issues around the globe, unless you think it's flat as well, which I wouldn't be surprised by.
But then my question becomes: is every other planet you see and star is round, so why is the Earth different? There's so many questions you can ask.
There's a lot, and the majority of them kind of just throw the whole thing on its ear. But I don't know. I think it's because people want to be contrary. That's all it is.
I would have rather you said on its side Since it's
Yeah, all right. I missed an opportunity for a funny there, didn't
yes, you did.
I?
Quite disappointed in you.
Oh well. That's good stuff. To me though, it's like people just want to be contrary. They want to stand out. They want to be, believe in anything. It's only because they don't want to believe the truths that they're told.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll go for they'll reach for anything else.
It's what it's called. It's a type of thing, and I guess it's psychology, where you come to a conclusion and you seek out articles
Hmm.
confirming your hypothesis, as opposed to just looking for evidence
Yep.
and then coming up with your conclusion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've got a meme about that that's really funny. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you because it'll make you laugh. It's one that I use a lot because honestly, when I start getting in arguments with people online and I just know that they're not open to any suggestions, I just start using memes because it at least amuses me. I just have meme arguments. It's great. I used
I
to
should
hate
start doing
I
that.
used to hate memes, but now I just that's all I use sometimes because I don't want to put the brain power into trying to convince somebody of something that they're not willing to hear.
It's exhausting.
Yeah. Like one guy's like, yeah, I went online and I actually did the research and and I'm like, was it objective research or are you just suffering from confirmation bias? So I'll show
That
you.
word, confirmation bias. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you the meme that I ended up sending him because it made me laugh wicked hard. Here it goes. I sent it to you. Because this is exactly how I pictured it. Uh, if anybody else is watching and wants to see it, let me know, and I'll post it because it'll make you laugh.
I love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
exactly. Right. That's how it is. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever shown anybody.
Oh, you know what? While I'm here, let me get the.
So you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to show a little bit of my house. You can watch the stream for a minute there, Jacob. I'm going to
Yes,
try to
sir.
show you up here. Let's see if we can see it. I gotta look at my screen to see if it shows it because I can only get this cord to go so long. And there's a poster up here, and
Uh
it's
huh.
kind of
I see
messed
it.
up. And there's a poster beside it,
Uh huh.
and they are the logical fallacies, and cognitive biases posters. They're all listed there. So
Oh,
this
wow.
this one says thou shalt not commit logical fallacies, and it's an entire list of every logical fallacy that people use in arguments and what they are and what they mean and how to avoid them. And then beside it, I have the cognitive biases. It says thou shall not suffer cognitive biases, and it has all of the cognitive biases and how they're used and how to avoid them. And that's one of the
So
things I try to always remember at all times, so that I am not committing these fallacies and biases in arguments.
interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. It's pretty, and it looked pretty nice when it was hung up there too.
Yes, well, they are somewhat
Yes.
artistic as well, but yeah, I enjoy having those because that when you're like, that's what I was trying to think of. I'm like, yeah, I just look over here, and I so I don't have to remember it. I can just look up here and be like, you are doing straw man, or cognitive bias is on there. Yeah, confirmation bias is on the cognitive bias list there. Oh, there you go. But that's the two different things people use: cognitive biases and logical fallacies in order to argue.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 8 shots on target, and we just scored our first goal.
Yeah, I'm watching the game.
Oh, okay.
The game's in front of me. But then they've got those people who will say, well, you can't ever have an argument without biases or fallacies. And while there's a certain amount of truth to that, that in itself is a fallacy. And it's called the no true Scotsman fallacy. So, yeah. And people do that. That's their way of trying to dismiss an argument is, well, you can't not have fallacies and biases. And I'm like, that's a fallacy in and of itself, pal. Yeah. Are you trying to tell me you don't want to argue because I'm aware of them and you're not? I understand you came to this intellectual fight unarmed.
That's like 99% of the internet right there.
I know, that's true, and that's why I have myself a good time with it. And at a certain point, they turn off because they don't want to hear what I have to say, and I recognize that. So I just start posting memes at them
Oh,
because people see memes and they just can't ignore them half the time.
they have to read them and see what it says.
hmm It's like a train wreck. You just can't look away, even if you don't want to see it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true, isn't
That's
it? It's hard to look away. You don't want to see it, but it's hard to look away. Yeah. See, that's why if I can even get one person to even remotely open their mind to other possibilities and thoughts and ideas, that I feel like I
a
have
big
succeeded.
win.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like it's a
absolutely.
big success right there. Because I'm not going to lie, I grew up in the 80s. I suffered from so many cognitive biases growing up because I didn't have the internet to find a wealth of
Mhm.
information. And even then, people misuse the internet. It's a whole nother meme. But still, I grew up with so many cognitive biases because people are like, so you telling me there was a time when you couldn't just Google shit? I'm like, yeah, I had to ask my aunt. My aunt would tell me, and I would just assume that was the right answer. And I would think that for 30 years until somebody on the internet told me that's not true.
Because why would your aunt lie to you?
Well, that's the thing.
Why would anybody in your family lie to you?
Because I grew up
But
in a
just
period
because,
of time where adults, for the
well,
most part, didn't want to admit they were wrong about anything.
mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they guessed, or they thought it was true because they learned it from their parents, or who knows. There's a long list of reasons why things could be said and turn out to not be true. There's so many things in my life I believed to be true and found out through new information that they weren't, and that's okay.
And
That's
I
called
think that's a
growth.
really exactly. That's a
Yeah.
very big important step is to be able to
Mhm.
change your opinion when you do gather new information.
Yeah. Precisely.
Um,
Yeah. You got it.
nobody likes to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that one meme I posted on Facebook. That your ability to change is directly proportionate to how much truth you accept about yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a fact. And it's hard. I admit it had been hard. There's periods in my life where that was hard. And now I'm just like, no, I'm just going to be flexible on everything. And it's a lot more fun, actually, being flexible on everything.
Um, I know we're 10 years into the save,
Hmm.
but like really, Scotland has done very well in the save.
Ah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
the Scottish teams.
Yeah, I know. They've been annoying the hell out of us. Staying ahead of us constantly, despite our great efforts.
We will be playing Porto in the next round.
I agree. Scotland has done very, very well as they sit sixth ahead of us. Looking very comfy, cozy position, too, I might add. Gosh
Even
darn.
us.
Like, this is me winning the Champions League. This is me losing in the final, and they're still got more points than us. If only we had
Just
more teams winning. Yeah, that's why it'll be nice to play in a division where there's at least going to be 3 or 4 teams. Like once we get established as top teams, and we will, there's going to be at least 2 or 3 other teams that will also still be decent.
yes,
So
and
that's
it'll
going to help.
help if we could move up to fourth or third.
Wouldn't that be
That will be
nice?
fun.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
nice? Yeah, yeah. Not to move past seventh would be good. So that should be our new goal with the new game, is to do
okay.
better than we did on this one.
I like that plan.
Yeah, I mean we've set the bar. We cannot get to the top, but at least we can try in the next one to just move past this one. The benchmark is to be better than sixth was our highest position. Is to do better than sixth in Europe. So there's
I
that.
think we can do that.
I hope so. That'd be nice.
Uh,
No, that's fine.
Um, there might be only 2 teams that have a positive goal differential this year.
Just us? All right.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I lit up friggin' Sligo for 8 the one time, and oh my god, look at that.
Yep.
I think I'm on pace for my best goal differential.
I don't think so.
No, I thought it was.
No.
Well, most of my team is starting to round out. Like they're coming to their ages where they're not going to improve for the starters. I mean, I have good young up and comers, but most of my starting players are getting to 24, 25. Some of them will be 26 soon. Andrew Moran's 27. I guess Tommy Rooney's 26. Lockery's 26. So yeah, my team's starting to round out into their peaks, their primes. So now is the time where we should be winning by our maximum margin.
And yeah. I expect you to win 2 more Champions Leagues in a row.
Do you think we have time to play 2 more? That would be interesting.
I think we'll finish this European season. I think.
Yeah. See if I win the next Champions League, and that might be about as far as we go. You know, the troubling thing here for me though is that there's no really good spot to because it's like even if we stop at the end of the Champions League season, we're midway through our league campaign. If we stop midway through our league campaign, we're halfway through our Champions League season.
I think it's just smarter to stop after this Champions League season.
Yeah.
Because that's what we've been trying to go for.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've kind of like when was the last time 9 times out of 10, it's you, me, first and second, right? So
every season, but the first one, or the second, or the second
one in where I finished third. But like us finishing in the top 2 is a foregone conclusion.
It is.
We really did the same to see how far in Europe we can get.
True story. Really, Ruiz? You're going to start that too? Well, I'm just going straight to the not surrendering to the whims of individuals bullshit. I'm not going to miss this. I hope our divisional reputation goes up enough with our winning, because
it should.
It should. It doesn't mean it will, but yeah, you're right. It should. I just hope that it does because I'm getting really tired of this players wanting off my team, even though they're on the best damn team in the world.
Yeah, I it's just I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
No, it's not quote unquote realistic. I just can't believe that was the argument I got for why they won't fix this issue.
Yeah, welcome to SI.
Yeah, because like to me, it's like, well, what you're doing with those teams isn't realistic. Well, my counter argument is that if any team in the world did do this, it would be realistic for those divisional reputations to go up. That's not being heard. So, like, nobody wants to hear what if. That's the other thing, like ever at that place, they never want to hear what if. Like when they hard coded that Messi could never leave Barcelona. How many years was that hard coded into the game?
Quite a few.
Because they said, and I quote, "It will never happen."
And what happened?
Yeah. Or when Queen's Park was hard coded to never go professional because it will never happen.
And what happened?
It's like you can't say never. You just can't. I understand somebody could look at me and be like, Accrington Stanley will never win the Champions League, and I'm probably going to agree. But fuck it, put the possibility for these things in the game and make the game react accordingly to how it would be in real life if something as ridiculous as that happened. Because people are coming on here and they're with Bromley and they're winning the Champions League 10 years in.
Oh, okay. Don't be hating on the Bromley. They're
not.
my third favorite team.
I'm not hating on them. I'm just picking a random team that I know is pretty far down.
I know. I'm surprised you picked them because that's my third favorite team.
Just the team that jumped in my head at that moment. That's part of doing good commentating. It's not second guessing.
Fair.
Like when I start getting on my big rants and speeches and stuff, you don't hear me stop and go, very often.
Oh no, no, it's extremely rare.
I learned that in debate when I was in junior high school. The key to that is to not second guess what you're saying. Sometimes I say silly shit though, because I'm talking
Oh no.
faster than I'm thinking, but not too often. One goal only. Come on, guys. We need more than one.
I know, so do we.
There, finally, Duterte did the right thing. Rounded the keeper. 100th league goal for Duterte. How about that?
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to say only 100th.
For him, yeah. No, he hasn't been around as long as Ryan Moran. Yeah, my striker isn't the main focus of my attack either. Plus, he didn't play as often in league games. He's been rotated largely in league games. There we go. Ryan Moran scores. Nice interception. Oh, but you gave it right back. That such a waste when you make a play like that. Mahon with an interception. To Pisano, who puts it in. How does he score from there? What the hell? Oh, that I thought he was going to cross it for sure. Well, shows what I know.
To be fair, you know, quite a lot.
Max Runstrom scores. Damn. We got some scoring happening in this game. 5-0, and we haven't even hit 20 minutes yet. Geez, at this point, we could score 20. It's not going to happen, but we could.
We're tying 1-0. 1-0. 1-1.
Hey, that's an interesting way to tie. I've never seen that before. 6-0. We're still not at 25 minutes. Could we score 20 goals in a game?
Go ahead and do it. I'm going to actually... My game's in the 65th minute, so I'll use the bathroom and fill up my water.
I can't imagine we're going to score 20 goals. That's ridiculous.
I got 19, didn't I?
Did you? Oh. Was it not in a competitive match, was it?
I think it was a cup game.
Yeah, but it was against a non-league team. Oh, that would be hard.
Still a competitive match.
Okay. I mean, it would be if scoring 20 goals in a league really just punctuate how that I'm so bored with the league. 7-0. We're not at 25 minutes yet.
Wow.
We have 7 goals already, and we're on to the 23rd minute. I'm not backing them off. I'm not slowing them down. Fuck it. I'm even going to praise them because that'll boost them to score more. I never praise in the first half, but I'm doing it. Here comes Ryan Moran. Oh, side netting. Side netting in a game like this. That's it. You're off the pitch. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Could you imagine?
Not me.
No, certainly not. I accept that my players make mistakes. 8-0 in the 30th minute.
That's a 24-0 game. 8 goals every 30 minutes.
I mean, I'm like, if we get to 10 before the half, it's possible we could score 20. But, I mean, in the second half, they start getting tired and slowing down. And you make substitutes, etc. Runstrom,
so do they.
9-0. There's 9. Runstrom has a hat trick.
I'm going to go to the bathroom really quickly.
Yeah, I'll see you in a minute. See how it is. See what the score is when he gets back. Oh, Moran hit. Pisevsky's got possession. Think we can get to 10 before the half. Murphy brings it in to Zhukov. Funny, both of my wingbacks are on the same side of the pitch right now. You never see that. But I give him freedom to do it. Well, it looks like we're only going to be at 9 for the half, so I say only. They yet may score because they're starting to press. I mean, I can't blame my players if they take their foot off the gas. Pissato. Oh, the post. The post. I thought he might have gotten our number 10 there. All right, so 9 is good. I'm just going to go and tell them I'm happy because I am. But yeah, we would need 11 in the second half. That's super unlikely. I'm pretty sure we're going to start slowing down now. Pisevsky. Oh, that hit a crowd. Guthrie. Center back looking for a pass, and it goes in off Duterte. Well, there's 10, but we're in the 55th, so we're no longer on pace for 20. Duterte throws that ball right at the goalkeeper. I've never had an XG of 7 before. This is crazy. Let's bring on Tommy Rooney. One of our best scorers of all time. Yeah, no, my team has stopped scoring. There's only so much motivating you can do to keep them scoring. Although, who do I sub off at this point? I'll do the wingbacks. I think it's because Jacob left. We've only scored 1 goal since he left. It's his fault. Let's blame him. Whoa! Okay. I have to mute him. I don't think he understands how loud that is. Wow. Sorry about that. I don't know if whoever that was knows how loud they were being. What am I going to do, though, when he gets back? How will I know when he gets back? He's going to have to type to me. Pretty sure that was ice scraping. Somebody was like shoveling some ice or something. That's what it sounded like. Maybe it was kitty litter. Wow, we only won 10-0. That's really disappointing, but also it's a good game. So I don't know what you say other than good game in that instance. Let's unmute him. Oh. Wow. I have no idea what's going on in his background there. I think he thinks he's muting his microphone, and it's not happening. But I'm stuck in my game. Oh, he has moved on the game. That means he's here, so I should unmute him now. Hello?
What?
Hey! I had to mute you.
Me?
Oh, somebody was scraping ice or something, and it sounded like a tornado hit the microphone.
That was in the kitchen and my microphone was off. How do you hear
Your
that?
microphone wasn't off. I could hear everything you're doing. I could hear you getting up. I could hear you leaving. I could hear ice, and it sounded like a tornado hit the microphone.
I wonder if that's because I didn't have the microphone plugged into the computer when I turned it on.
I don't know, but yeah, you're not.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my microphone is off.
No, it's not. I hear you.
On the headset, it says it's off.
Oh, see, now it's just being silly.
Yeah, my headset says it's off.
Well, it's lying to you.
Thank you. Now I know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, home. I was like, oh, I play Galway. Oh, but it's at home. Funny, I get excited to play them.
Both do.
So yeah, the demotions look like they're set. Derry City's going down. Bohemians is going to have to play to stay up. So that much we know. Sligo's in third, Brazen in fourth, Shamrock's in fifth. This is exactly how I would have called the standings before the season started. Galway is actually competing. They may yet pass Shamrock for fifth. That one surprises me.
Just a little bit, though.
That Galway improved enough to be up there. These guys are.
I'm surprised that my laptop picked up everything.
Oh yeah, it's a really good microphone. But it also makes
On
it
my
sound
laptop.
but it makes it sound like it's happening like right there.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Shit happens. Don't worry. I just had to. I had. Yeah.
I don't blame you. If that was, I would have done the same thing. I would have done the exact same thing. I would have muted myself.
Yeah. Okay, there. I had a team meeting with the people who were upset that I won't let Ruiz leave. It's like, we'd be worse without him. Like, oh yeah. Like, how do they not think of this shit?
I don't know.
The arguments. 58 million for Rundstrom. That'll tell you how good he's actually getting.
Mm-hmm.
Teams are starting to offer me 58 million for a guy that isn't fully developed. I mean, he carried Sweden on his back to the
World Cup final.
The World Cup. That's what the World Cup final. Yeah. So I know he was their best player. Larkin, why won't you sell me to PSG? Because they suck. Okay, that's not an option, obviously. So I'm just like, we can't afford to lose your influence. He's like, oh, I didn't know that. Thank you. I'm going to stay. I never thought of myself as influential until you said it to me for the 12th time just now. I've had to use that one so many times, and they almost always say, I never thought of myself that way. He's like, I've said it to you like a dozen times now.
Yep.
Duchert, 25 years old, elite striker. I mean, I think he's a world-class striker, but they just want to go with elite striker. Maybe world-classers have to crack 180 current ability. I don't know what their measuring stick for it is.
Really?
I don't know. I don't think he's above 180. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But my guess, like I said, is mid 170s. We'll find out at the end.
Yes, sir, we will.
I'm excited.
This is too loud.
Is that a TV or is that actual kids in your house arguing?
It's young Sheldon.
Oh, okay. Funny.
Which, to be honest, I've actually never sat down and watched a full episode. I normally watch like tidbits on Facebook and Facebook.
I didn't think you ever watched TV.
Not usually.
64 million for Rundstrom. What is his release clause? Did I give 150 or 500? 500. All right. I was smart about that one. Because I'd start getting nervous they would trigger the 150 eventually.
No, you're not getting him for 2.3.
Arsenal bid 57 million for Simon Grayson. Not even a starter
Wow.
on my team.
Wow.
He could be. I just don't have any room for him.
So you're gonna try and get a little bit more out of that, or just not gonna do it?
I just rejected it. Why? What's the point in selling him? What am I going to do with 57 million? I'd rather have him as a backup until the end of the safe.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's not even complaining about his playing time yet. So he's delighted with his playing time currently. I have no reason to move him on, even though he hasn't played a game in a very long time. Rundstrom, why won't you sell me to Liverpool? Are you kidding? You're influential. Oh, I didn't know that. Really? Ryan Moran, why won't you sell me to Leicester? Oh, wow. You're a leader. Oh, I didn't know that. Nothing to say about it. No, I have nothing to say about it. Piss off. Really? I said I have nothing to say about that because I didn't want to answer a question one way or the other, and they insisted that I answer.
That you answer. Yep. Gotta love it.
Whoever that media person was, I would ban them from my room. You are not allowed back here.
Quite a forceful thing to say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, the problem with selling Lockery is nobody's giving me a bid of more than 550,000. I don't need that money. I need the player. Well, anyway, I'll move Richie Foy up to the bench. Now, Lockery is not even on the bench. Go ahead, sit there, think about what you've done.
We are playing FC Porto.
Oh, I don't play
and
anyone.
I'm pretty much liking my team, so we'll go with this.
I'm going to save it then for you. Because,
Okie doke.
done. Now you go kick their arses. I'll put that game on, and I'll run to the washroom. But when I run to the washroom, you won't hear shit in the background.
Shut it.
Schedule. Gotta go to this game here, and I would like to. Oh, it's not giving me the option to. That's because it's there. I need fixtures and results. Now I can go to attend match. There we go. Beautiful. Now I hit continue, and I will be in that match. Just like that. BRB. You're winning. Oh, good. Oh, good. That's what I was hoping for. I'd sit down and see you in the lead. Hey, I recognize that goalkeeper on the other team.
I was just gonna say, what could they have?
Oh.
Oh, look at you. You
And
sit back down and they score.
And he got an assist. He also got the
God
assist on
damn it.
that. Yeah. That's a fine how do you do. He also assisted on that goal. What an asshole.
Yep.
Porto. Come on, team. Go, team.
Okay. Yeah, that was bad, but planning.
These guys are a decent team, though.
Goal.
Nice, Giampaolo. He's still improving, that guy. And he's already decent. Nice goal, though. Look at that. Good power.
He is, yeah. As a midfielder, too.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
I don't know about your center backs. I mean, okay, he's great, but that Caillou guy, that's not a Champions League center back.
Oh, we don't. Yeah.
Oh, he's playing left back. Sorry, I thought he was playing center. Who's playing center? Arguello. Oh, Arguello's an up and comer. He's going to be good.
Yeah, I tried getting him, but he didn't want to join my team.
Arguello? Oh, that's a shame. But you got him on loan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, Caillou's playing left back. Okay, I didn't know he was a left back. That's different. He's a decent left back. But the last time I looked him over, he didn't seem like a good center back.
He was just tall.
I don't know. Wingbacks to me need to be mobile and contribute to the attack.
Mm-hmm.
You've got two.
You can be tall and do that.
You have one of your best center backs playing right back.
Oh well. He's on a 7-1 right now. I'm not complaining.
Foos? Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't complain. He probably still contributes defensively really, really well. That's a nice goal. From another one of your decent up-and-comers who is also on loan. I hope you can keep Sissoko. He's going to come good.
If only we had. Well, maybe we don't need Kyoso anymore. Scoring 4 on him makes me think we were just a very good team with him.
Yeah, he was a decent keeper,
And we
but
kinda
Josh Ryan's way better. Kyoso's not even the third choice for the national team anymore. Josh Ryan's the starter. There's the chasm between them.
Fair enough. Left. On the ground.
Oh, yeah, rebound.
There we go.
Got his own rebound.
It is 5-2.
It's Grazia though. Like,
can we just talk about 7 goals in the first half?
mm-hmm. It's a bit of a barn burner, this one. Good possession though, good passing. Your team's playing well. It's a shame about conceding, but you're playing against a decent team. It's not like, they're not here to compete, right? Porto is known to be a competitive team. You can't begrudge them that. I mean, I don't know their team overall. I haven't looked them over, but I'm pretty sure your team is better. I would go with that.
Palusin, the deep lying forward on the right, he's
Poulsen,
Danish.
Poulsen? Yes, I know of him. Yeah.
He's one of the good up and comers on the national team.
Wait, what? Poulsen? In real life, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, because in this game he's 37 the last time I looked.
Well, that would put him around 25, 26 when the game starts.
Yeah, he is 37 years old. He is well past it. Though he's still playing, so scoring on you.
Yeah, that's why I recognize the name when he scored.
Oh. Let's look at some of their other guys. Okay, he's maybe like a one. Who's this guy? Jesper Lindstrom. He's 31 years old, eh? Can't be more than 120, 125. Rodrigo. 125-ish. Oh, the thing went away. That's okay. Yeah, the guys you're playing against so far that I see are like in the mid 120s so far, but I haven't looked over their whole team yet.
Wow, Jeffic.
Nice save from your striker. Oh wait, oh that's the other side. So, I thought it was a save. Never mind.
No,
you're shooting the other way.
I know.
I thought your striker saved a goal. I was like, what? Wait, back, pal.
Oh, they don't track back.
I like how you say that. That guy seems to be controlling everything. I wonder what his rating is. That Estevez guy, he's stolen the ball from you numerous times already. He created that goal. That goal happened because of Estevez. It's Thomas Estevez on the right there. I want to see what... I think he created 2 out of the 3 goals with steals.
He's on a 5.9 too.
Estevez? Oh, okay, I mean, great. Let's take a look at him.
6.2.
Oh yeah, no, he's solid. He's solid. See, he's got to be a 140 to 145 player, so yeah, he's in the right league here. I already know what Kioso's around. Like, he's about a 140. I think he plateaued at around 140-ish. This guy here kept dictating the play in the middle. Oh, not bad, not bad. He's only 23. Bruno Costa. It's got to be about a 145-ish, and he's only 23. Not bad. See, that's the thing that I never really did before, is I never started telling you from my mind what people's current abilities are, because, you know, I keep it to myself. But since we're having the conversation, we're near the end of the save, I'm going to make my guesses. And
yeah, I don't have any problem with that.
I mean, I'm not going to verify them all. I could be wrong. Don't believe me every time. I could be off. I was off by a bunch on the one player there. 5-3, bad. You got a 2-goal lead. Going the other way. Could be worse. My drink is dripping everywhere. Apparently I want to smell like citrus. At least I won't drown. I am saved by the buoyancy of citrus. Okay, now I have to play Galway. And I really need to start getting some of my backups playing game time, because their match sharpness is falling to hell. But my starters somehow are still concerned about their playing time. Duterte just played 12 consecutive games and is still concerned with his playing time.
Jesus.
Pasevsky played 12 consecutive games and is still concerned with his playing time. They're not even star player status. They're both important players. Unbelievable. Zukov, also important player, concerned. Mayhound's an important player, but he's satisfied currently. Okay, so let's look at. You're delighted. Great. You're concerned. I can't move you. You're satisfied. Richie Foy, get in there. Ivich still out for 3 weeks. Barrett, it's funny, a lot of my guys who were concerned are injured right now because I played them in a whole bunch of games in a row. So they're injured. They got injured. But they're still worried about their playing time. 70 million for Rundstrom.
Getting up there.
Yeah, it's not even remotely tempting. But yeah. But only 13 million for Duterte. I mean, really?
Excuse me.
$650,000 for Larkin. Oh my God, are you kidding me? What kind of drugs are they smoking?
While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to redeem my code.
Redeem a code for what?
23.
Oh, you didn't do that yet.
I only got it yesterday.
Oh, I thought you'd already bought the game.
No. I don't know if you talked to Roy about.
Yes. About codes?
Yes.
Yeah, got a while
So if
back.
you had anything to do with that, I appreciate it.
A little bit.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest.
No, I know.
So again, thank you for working your magic.
Oh, conversation. Don't worry. It didn't take a lot of convincing.
Once hit accept, that would have been bad. Then you can just cancel it, I guess.
But you know, the best part was, yeah, even if you had pre-ordered it, you just cancel it, get your money back. That's what I did with my code. Is Joanne had already bought the game, so we just canceled the pre-order, got refunded, and then we used the code for her. I mean, there's no point in doing mine. Mine's already on there. I can't refund mine because it was free. So, yeah. Send us fucking goddamn injuries in this game. Getting a lot of them. And this is one of the worst. 8 weeks. Lower back stress fracture. That sounds like career ending. Seriously, who's got a stress fracture in their back and ever plays again?
Well, stress fractures aren't as bad as fractures.
Okay, that's not.
You can recover from that. I've had them before.
Okay.
They're not in my back, so yeah, you're right on that regard.
Yeah, that's not what I was trying to do there. I'm gonna put in Joey Coran. Mark Moore can be on the bench. It's not like I have a shortage of freaking wingbacks though, so I'm okay there. But that's not who I wanted to play, is the problem.
When does the game come out?
November 7th, officially. So that's when we'll be starting our save, is right about then, because that's when network capability will be there. So we have, if we do all the Mondays, 4 more before we play. Then the 7th is a Monday.
Yes.
And we'll be able to fire it up and at least start it and look around on that day. So yeah.
Do you want the 7th?
think it's the 7th, is it? Or am I wrong? Let me go look and just be absolutely sure. I might just be talking out of my ass again, because I do that. Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura. Yeah, November 7th, it says, is when the sale ends, actually. Because I think that's the day it comes out. Question mark? Hard to know for certain. Um, I think it's the 7th. I'm pretty sure that it's fully out on the 7th. That's just what I'm pretty sure of, anyway. So yeah, we could theoretically fire it up on that day. So we'll have 4 more sessions of this. Whatever we do, one way or another. Like you said, we'll finish the Champions League season, look around a little, and even if we take a couple of nights off, so be it.
Okay.
Suggestions for the Republic of Ireland squad. Well, I'm not taking suggestions. Your ideas are uninteresting to me, Mr. Assistant Manager. Could you imagine being my assistant manager? Every time you gave me a suggested squad, I don't even look at the sheet, I toss it in the garbage. Because that's what I'm essentially doing to this poor sap. I'd say I feel bad for him, but we both know I don't.
But you don't.
No,
you don't. Don't lie to yourself.
I'm not lying to myself. It's other people I'm avoiding lying to. Okay. I am not sympathetic. One change from my last team sheet only. Oh, wait, 3 changes against the wingbacks. Never mind. How is Larkin doing for clean sheets? He's only 1 behind Josh Ryan. How about that? How's the scoring race going? 1, 2, 3 on my team.
Well, do you want a cookie?
Hey, you got one?
No, not today.
Oh, because the answer is yes. I would like a cookie.
Always yes if you want a cookie.
Yeah, cookies aren't the answer. Cookies are the question. Yes is the answer. I say that about lots of things, though.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Look at this. Miss.
If I'm honest, the first time I ever saw that was as a meme, and it was sex isn't the answer. Sex is the question. Yes is the answer. That's the first time I'd ever seen that was on a meme.
Really?
Yeah, and now I can just apply almost anything to it that I like. Up to and including that. So yeah, it's great. Anything you like, you can throw in there and utilize that meme. I'm pretty sure that somebody told me once that the original, but how would they know? It was alcohol was the original meme. Alcohol's not the answer. It's the question, the answer. And I'm like, well, hooray for casual alcoholism, because I don't really identify with that anymore. And I'm glad they changed it. I know there was a time that casual alcoholism was very acceptable. Not so much anymore, though. And I'm glad for that. Although it's funny to see how, like, bars are not doing very well anymore because the newer generations don't drink as much. I mean, they can't really afford to. Let's be fair.
Okay. Good argument there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm not much of a drinker myself either.
No. Most of the generation that is in their 20s right now in the United States and Canada. Canada's been hit harder than the States, but and never mind the amount of immigrants we got, it actually factors in. Quite a few cultures don't drink, and so alcoholics and alcoholism and way down, which is a nice thing to see. Bars are really struggling. Like, bars are left and right where I live, for example. That's anecdotal evidence, but there I saw more information on quite a few different articles about how around the country it's like that and out in the States. Good, good. Less drinkers. That's not a bad thing, in my opinion.
No,
As a
no,
former heavy
definitely not.
drinker and alcoholic myself, I like to say that I don't miss it. It's so many better things I could have done with all that money. I think back at all the money I spent, and never mind the fact that I used to smoke too. That's another one where I'm just like, God damn, I wish I had that money back.
Yeah, it's amazing. Excuse me. It's amazing how much people are willing to spend
To kill
on
themselves.
cigarettes and drinks
To kill themselves.
over the well, yeah, but over the
Oh, Moran's pet got saved. Yeah, it is amazing,
wow.
isn't it? Like at the height of my drinking, and we mathed it out. 5 days a week, I was drinking anywhere between 20 and 25 beer a day. 5 days a week. So even if we
Jesus
just,
Christ.
I know. So even if we just went with 20, that's 100 beer a week at $4 each for I was drinking. So it's $400 a week. That's $1,600 a month, and this is me underestimating it. It was closer. It was closer to $2,000 a month I was spending on drinking.
That's right, basically.
For a lot of people, yeah. At that time, it was my rent was $4,200, but we had
still,
a gargantuan house. But yeah, we had the money. That's the thing, though. It doesn't mean you should piss it away. That was then. This is now. Now I don't have anywhere near that kind of money, even if I wanted to. Yeah. So like, it's like, yeah, we were spending like $2,000 a month on booze. Now I offset some of that because the majority of my drinking was done while playing darts. And a lot of that can be offset by the amount of money I won playing darts. But it wasn't $2,000 a month, I'll tell you that.
No, so a little bit goes a long way.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm gonna
so my defender scored, and I have no idea how.
They put the ball in the opposing team's net. I'm gonna get it, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Shit.
We still have each other in the league, right?
Once more, don't we? Yeah, once more.
Yeah, just be careful of your players.
Oh no! Let's not get into that. You want me to win the Champions League? No.
I do. I want to win it myself, but I can't.
No, not with your team. Sorry, that's not a knock. It's a good team, and I'm sure you could actually win a round or two. Given you had like a perfect set of circumstances, but you're more of a threat to win the second tier. And that's if they don't draw you against one of the Premier League giants, like they like to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Manchester United fell down to that division. Although that's got to be what it's like in real life. Could you imagine being a team like, I don't know, Porto is a good example because you just played against. Could you imagine being in the Europa League and be like, okay, we got a chance at this. We're decent. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you're playing Manchester United.
Oh shit.
Right? Like, that sucks. Those are my substitutions. Fading fast, are you?
Yes.
Understood. You let me know when you want to be the stopping point. Pisano with his hat trick. He won't have caught Ryan Moran yet because he's got a brace, but he is inching closer. Moran could have had a hat trick if he'd scored his first penalty. Scored a second one and then hit one from open play. Outstretched arms. That was good work. Out of the game. Game's done.
This is the last round before the group stage. Let's see.
Yes, the European Champions qualifying squad announcements are coming right up. I see it on the calendar. Oh, board set initial budget. I have qualified for Champions League.
Nice.
My transfer budget is exactly the same, but they gave me an extra $1 million a week on my wage budget.
Wow.
Even though I wasn't already using the other one. I had a little over $2 million a week. I wasn't even at that. Now it's up to $3.1 million a week.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's the word you could use for that.
Excuse me. It's a lot of money.
I am flabbergasted. I'm spending less than half of my wage budget.
So I think I'll stop at the end of after the return leg of the Porto game,
Sounds good to me.
and we will have the Champions League next week.
Seems
The group
perfect.
stages.
Seems perfect to me. I like it. 48.5 million for Guthrie. Okay, I mean, that's really. I mean, I know Guthrie's got a big, but I need to start planning his eventual integration into the starting 11 and decide which of Casareka or Mahon is no longer going to be a starter. Gonna be tough.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's a good first world problem to have, though. Or I sell Pisano and go back to my 3 at the back formation. I have flexibility in my options here, I think.
I agree with you.
Because the only reason I decided to cling to my fingers is that I hired. Aside from him, everybody else I think can either play midfield or striker. So, and does he even have flexibility? He can even play striker if necessary. Well, he's 6'1" with 16 jumping reach. He's only got 8 heading though, so yeah, that's not happening. He is not going to be a striker, not with 8 heading. Yeah, no, I don't have any other only players. Oh, Vial. Oh, I do have another up and comer. This guy, this French guy, who's supposed to be a superstar eventually. Oh well, I could retrain him. He's only 17.
Nice.
6 heading, 10 jumping reach at 6 foot. Well, I'm not retraining him as a striker. Trade him as a midfielder. A bunch of dumb offers. It's because you're tired.
No.
Actually, another funny thing is nobody knows why we yawn. Did you know that? Science doesn't actually have an answer for what causes yawns.
I think I did know that.
Yeah.
I think I did know
I was watching this YouTube video on it, and they're like, they have theories, because they can connect it directly to certain things, such as being tired, but nobody actually knows why we yawn. The closest theory they have is oxygen in your brain, but that's not even it. 75 million for Simon Grayson. I'm ever closer to actually agreeing to sell him, but no.
Ooh.
If we were for more seasons, if we were playing for more seasons, I might actually. 900,000 for Larkin, one of the best keepers in the world, not even worth $1 million according to these players. People,
just disgusting.
I bet you he's a top 15-ish goalkeeper at least. Like, what would I put his current ability at? Keepers are complicated. I'm not as good at goalkeepers.
You don't have to tell me that. I know.
I'll say 170 would be around his current ability. And he's 25 years old, so he's not getting better. But I think he's around 170, and they won't even bid $1 million on him. And he's the starter for his national team.
You have a game tomorrow.
Yeah, this is where you play Porto, is right here on Wednesday?
Yes, sir.
And I don't have a game, so I'm going to watch yours.
Okay.
No, don't stall the offers. Reject the offers. Misclick. It's like how insulting these offers are. That's what really gets me. It's just how ridiculously low they actually are. Roma, 950 for Larkin. Like, why would I ever do that? Never mind. What did I pay for him? Oh, I got him for free. Nice. I signed him for nothing. Nothing. Tra-la-la. Sorry, that's from a movie. Attend. Labyrinth, actually, my favorite movie.
Another movie I have not seen.
Jennifer Connelly and David Bowie. Very, very good movie. Probably hasn't aged well, though. But it was my favorite movie of all time. Ugh. I need a new drink. Yes. Ha! I got back just in time for the game to start. All right.
We're waiting for you.
Oh, well, thank you. Caillou Arguello, Roger Foose, Sissoko Orchid, Gianpaolo Romero, DeGrazia Jeftic. Good looking team. Against. Oh, they didn't play him last time. Oh.
Uh-oh. Good job, Ryan. Oh, look right. Who's number 7? Sissoko. I know Romero's being put in position.
Why didn't they play this guy last time? This guy's like mid 150s. Vitinha on their team?
No idea.
Yeah. He's like mid 150s. He didn't play in the last game, I don't think. But this, so far, that I've seen is their best player.
Oh, no.
So
okay,
far.
that's a good recovery. Grazia.
Oh, nice move. Look at that. Ah, the deeks. He's got the deeks. It's a severe case of the deekies. Like the way he cuts in here and then goes back wide again. That was nice.
That seals the deal.
3-goal lead? It should. You don't close down individual players, do you?
So I just let my assistant do it, unless I play you.
Gotcha. Unless you play me, isn't that nice? That's great. But I've managed to build my team in such a way that there's no individuals you can really shut down to help yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
How many goals you scored last game against me?
0, I think. But how many did you score in that same game?
We're talking about your team's ability to not allow my team to close you down.
Oh,
it doesn't involve me scoring.
Yeah, but I mean, in games where I play my starting 11 is a different story.
Your starting 11 is the first 11 players like step out onto that field.
That's bullshit. That's such bullshit. My starting 11 did not play in that 0-0 draw.
Your starting 11 always starts every single game you play.
Oh my god, that's
just a little different each time. And there's the red card.
That's definitely going to make life a little easier, isn't it? What tactical change are you going to make? Keep it the same. You're going to have a man up. Don't change things based on that. You're already outplaying them. Because you're already outplaying them. Now they just have less players.
Playing more direct, a higher tempo, and running at the defense.
No. Unnecessary. Not when you're already outplaying them.
That would have been nice if that went in.
I think it still just opens up opportunities for them. I wonder what tactic I'm going to use next season. Which formation am I going to choose that everyone says is overpowered? I don't know. I can't decide.
I don't know what I want to use.
Probably not a 4-4-2 again, probably.
Why not?
Oh, I don't know, because sometimes you like to change it up. I don't know. 4-4-2 is solid, right? Like, it's just good all around.
Yeah. I don't know what I'll do.
Maybe I'll try a 4-2-4. That's adventurous.
I still like calling it a 4-4-2, but whatever.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I want to point out, though, that you were playing just fine, and then you made a bunch of changes. I haven't done shit since then.
Oh. You want to know what we have done?
What?
Not let them score. So there's that.
Your possession actually fell since you made those changes.
Here's the goal right here.
Because you're moving the ball forward and trying to make chances rather than holding on to it. Like you said, higher tempo and more direct. Like, if anything, go the opposite of that.
Oh. There we go. Now the floodgates will open. And we'll get 3 more goals. We'll win 10-3 on aggregate.
That pass by Foose was awesome.
Thank you. We Americans rock.
Takes it like it's a personal compliment. He's also your captain for the game, huh?
Exactly. Captain America.
Oh my. Oh my. Is he like your team's captain though, overall, or just for this game?
I have no idea.
He doesn't know who his captain is.
is.
All right.
I should know.
Because if you have a regular captain who's been a captain a long time, that's a player your board will never sell.
True.
Mine is Pasevsky. Never asks to leave.
How did you miss that, you dunce bucket?
Off the post. That's great. God. That was pretty awful. That was a comical ending in ways that you don't want it to be funny.
What a way to end the night. just shit.
Yikes.
I'm gonna have nightmares of that tonight.
No, that doesn't seem worth it.
It's still a clean sheet.
All right, do you...
No, I'll do it. Goodbye.
Okay.
Wait a second. Oh, in fact, I'm gonna just have the game in 2 days. It'll be easier to do on Monday.
No worries.
Let's get up this one.
All right. Well, Jacob is sleepy, so we're going to sign off.
Yeah.
We'll see you Monday, hopefully, most likely. It seems reasonable, but we never know.
Yeah, I don't think I have a game on Monday because NYCFC is in the playoffs, but they're away.
Yeah.
If they make it to the next round and results go their way,
we'll see what happens.
They might have a home game. So we'll see what happens. Like
right.
you said.
Right.
Right.